Yeah, welcome to another great episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions, where, hey, we talk about drones mostly and some other stuff. And we try not to talk about what everybody else does. Maybe we might do something a little different, something we'll mix it up with some different topics, so sit back and enjoy. I've got a few jokes for you before we bring in our panel. Alrighty, let me get the sound effects going. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's working. What falls but never needs a bandage? The rain. I was going to tell you a joke about boxing, but I forgot the punchline. I'm not a fan of spring cleaning. Let's be honest, I'm not into summer, fall, or winter cleaning. Why did the egg hide? It was a little chicken. What did the dirt say to the rain? If you keep this up, my name will be Mud. Why couldn't the sunflower ride its bike? It lost its petals. What's an egg's favorite vacation spot? New York City. I ate a sock yesterday. It was very time consuming. What kind of candy do astronauts like? Mars bars. Of course. I wanted to buy some camel pants, but couldn't find any. Yeah. There's some of Dominic's jokes right there. I ordered chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. What month is the shortest of the year? May. It only has 3 letters. What did the snail who was riding on the turtle's back say? Whee! What do you call a lazy kangaroo? Couch potato or pouch potato. I used to run a dating service for chickens, but I was struggling to make hens meet. Why do we tell actors to break a leg? Because every play has cast. What do you call when the snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown. My uncle named his dogs Timettes and Rollettes. They're his watchdogs. Did you hear about the guy whose left side was cut off? He is all right now. How do you open a banana with a monkey? All right, one more and then we'll get this show going. Which is faster, hot or cold? Hot, because you can catch cold. What did the plate say to the other plate? Dinner is on me. Why do oranges wear sunscreen? So they don't peel. Alrighty, I think we had enough of that frivolity there. So let's welcome our guests tonight, and hopefully some more will pop in. Just wanted an update. Bill won't be joining us tonight because he is under the weather. Evidently, he's got some kind of stomach bug. So, Bill, get well soon. We'll miss you here. So let's get the show going. Let's start here in the United States. let's welcome all the way from the great northeast or northeast, which way is? Anyway, let's welcome Charles Galuski. Welcome,
Hey,
Charles.
hey,
How are
hello
you
everybody.
doing?
Hey, Art, doing good. Art, how about you?
I'm doing good. Worked a little bit this morning. Posted some videos that will be one will be showing at 9 p.m. tonight, and one will be showing at 3 a.m. tomorrow, and then another one at 9 p.m. tomorrow. And they're all short, so hopefully they'll do well. The last few that I posted, doing game busters. All right. So how's the weather out there in your neck of the woods?
Uh, well, it's raining. Cats and dogs out here. Actually, my area, it's not so bad, but earlier it was raining so hard that you could hear the on the roof,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
pretty rare for us. Um, there's flood warnings for Albany and Clifton Park. Now, flood warnings for northern Warren County, which is like way about an hour north of me.
Oh, oh. All right. Well, hopefully the rain will let up and that you guys could dry out and hopefully no flooding for you guys.
Yes,
So,
yes. Thank you.
alrighty, let's welcome all the way from the land down under and where it is getting warmer down there. And this guy, well, he's got his Fetterman uniform on. Let's welcome Dominic Northside Hawk. Welcome.
Welcome. I just wanted to make the statement that explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog. You'll get a better understanding of it, but it dies in the process.
Okay, all right. So, how's the weather down in your neck of the woods?
Well, it was 40 Fahrenheit this morning, 4 degrees for the real measurements. And it's actually been a lot colder in
Oh,
October than usual. So
well,
a bit strange, yeah.
hmm. Well, here we had a cold morning. I think we had a little touch of frost this
Mm.
morning. We got down to I think 38 this morning. So we managed to get
Mm.
up into the low 60s today. So that's what's going on, and that is our weather report for the evening. So, anyways, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. We have Warren, Akira Show.
Hey,
We got
Warren,
Mike B, aka the Drone Ranger.
might be.
We got Laura, little llama Laura. And we got Brian, and that'd be Waypoint, New England.
Yep.
And then we got Mark R. White. Yes, he R. White.
Right.
And Charles Gillespie. And Mickey Moo
Mickey Mouse.
Productions. Steve Knowles. All right. We got Captain Joe America, USA Drone Flyer. Welcome. Good to see you. And we got
Yeah.
Uncle Bill. Bill,
Uncle
get well soon. Hope you feel better. Take some Pepto or whatever
whatever they
to
call it.
get that stomach back to normal. And we got Londonard all the way from West Michigan. Welcome. Uh,
How long?
Probably looks beautiful out there with the leaves changing. So, welcome. Always good to see you. And then we got Mako Blue. That Blue Cat? No, that'd be Cool Cat. Cool
Right.
Cat. And then we got. I think. Oh, and then Johnny D. I saw him early in the chat, and then we got Bill of Chin Dynasty Drones, and Who else? Oh, we got Maddie in Maddie's Drone World. Always good to have you, Matt. And we got Jody, Drone Shots. And we got Jack, Lake Pilot. And
Hey, Marcel.
I
Marcel
think
just
that
showed
is
up.
about it. Welcome, everybody. Good crowd tonight. Let's. And then we got off axis. That would be Marcel.
Mhm.
So good to see everybody. Let's get on. We kind of got an unusual topic for the evening. Kind of. The premise is on thinking outside
The
the
box.
box, so to speak. Pardon the pun. Oh
You had
boy.
to say it.
Uh,
You had to say
I
it.
had to say that. Uh, you know, instead of the usual, hey, let's fly the drone, let's take some, beautiful shots of the scenery outside, the lake, the trees changing,
That's
especially
true.
this time of year. Uh, the trees are beautiful, and farmhouses and farms. With the harvest going on. You got that going on. You've got flying near uh, interstate changes where you could use time lapse and get some really cool stuff there, or historical buildings where you get some really cool shots, like lighthouses, like Barry does up there in New England, and real estate. Yeah, Maddie, I want to congratulate you on your real estate gig, and hope that
I'm going to
you
try
get a
that,
ton
Warren.
of work out of it. It's dried up here in Colorado, so thinking outside. You know what?
Box.
I mean, we use drones for weddings and graduations and reunions. And what about modeling work? Say you want to get a different perspective of a model, dressed up, to the nines in a beautiful dress, or dressed down to a bikini.
Nothing.
Uh, and use a drone to kind of do like
Yeah.
a
Hold it.
360
Yeah.
around a person, and uh, even well, you can't really do sports because you can't. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
Peeping in windows. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a really great use for it.
yeah.
We don't condone that either. Yep, I'd agree with that, Max. Yep. Yeah, your watch your views will go up.
Yeah. Yes, they will. And so, yeah, yes, codes can be options, Warren. We got Keith, a Jeep, a drone, and an old man.
Oh,
Speaking of historical places, how about the battleship Tetz? He's done some really good work, especially lately. That now it's in dry dock, being repaired, and in a few months it'll be going to its new home, which I guess it's going to be Galveston, and I kind of wish they would have done something like they did with the battleship North Carolina, where they have it's a dry dock cofferdam, to where then you don't have to worry about the bottom rusting out over time.
but if it's going to be in Galveston, shouldn't you get Glenn Campbell out there as well?
Well, it'd be kind of hard because He's dead.
I know that. It would have been a really good thing to have him
well,
singing.
for Cardi B, you might need a wide angle lens.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, she has an OnlyFans page. Not that I checked.
I want to
I
know.
found out that,
I probably want to
just
refund
kind
as
of,
well.
hey,
So,
who's on? I'm like, celebrities on OnlyFans? Holy crap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably because of the writer. It's the writer's strike, isn't it? Because everybody's out of work. They've decided.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right, Bill. He's a lot cheaper now.
Good one.
Mm-hmm. Don't all talk at once. Okay.
No, we don't want to.
I'm seeing Lon's comment about Mark Puncher.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of another very inappropriate comment.
Well, I mean, you could use, a really small, like a 2.5-inch FPV for, close-ups for pornography.
Mm.
There you go. And Keith makes a good point about the battleship. We're learning stuff about it, which is cool. I'm a big battleship buff, going way back to junior high school. When you're at that awkward age in junior high school and you're not, making a whole lot of friends, and I like to hang out at the library, and I start reading Jane's Fighting Ship.
Yep.
And I was
I
studying
did that with aircraft as well.
Battleships and heavy cruisers were my thing.
Battleships, heavy cruisers, anything to do with World War II history, World War II fighter planes.
Right? Yep. Mine was before that. It would be at the end of the 19th century. We had the what were now called pre-dreadnoughts, and they had some pretty interesting design, especially in the United States Navy. They decided, that they went with the all gun concept of different calibers and sizes. So, couple
we had
of
there was the Boer War. There was the Boer War in 1900. So that's another interesting piece of history at how it led up to the First World War.
Right. And I read about that, and it was one of Churchill's books. He was a POW at one time, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, and then he escaped, and that was fascinating story down there. And so, getting back to the interesting design, they decided, hey, let's put the secondary guns on top of the primary gun. So the biggest guns at that time, they had 12-inch guns, and their secondary guns were 8-inch guns. They decided to put two turrets on top of each other. And then we have the Kearsarge class, which was one design where it looked like a smaller turret on top of another. And then you had the Virginia class that had the secondary gun, but it was all in one turret. It was really interesting design. Yes, Lon. So that was interesting. And then in 1907, the Brits beat us, although the South Carolina class, the designs did come out first, but we weren't fast enough on the build. So they beat us by a few months with the Dreadnought. Then we got Robbie RC Pro BE. That would be Belgium.
Yep.
Welcome, welcome. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, Warren. Warren is coming up with all the puns for OnlyFans tonight. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, that's right.
Well,
Dingy.
yeah, well, while we were talking about what was Lon was talking about, it's pretty much the difference between beating your meat and fish. Which one will die first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a bit of a story you might like, Art.
Okay.
A few
tell.
years back, a Japanese film company came into Albany and shot some footage on the USS Slater that was in the harbor, and I got to work on that shoot for 3 days.
Ooh, wonderful.
It was quite an experience. It was really hot, but the Japanese crew were like unbelievably polite. Like, I was kind of struggling just to drag some stuff around. I didn't have this issue with my head back then, but it was just, it was hot and I was struggling to get stuff back and forth quickly enough. I dropped a pen, and there were this bunch of the Japanese crew behind me, and they all started yelling at me. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I? So I turned back and I was like, what? And they go, and I see my pen laying there, laying around on the ground about 12 feet behind me. But it was, otherwise it was so much fun. And the movie was called, I don't think you can get it anymore, Last Battle Under the Orion. And it was sort of like a cat and mouse game between the American battleship and a Japanese sub.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and there was at one point in time one day when I had to be going up and down the stairs, bringing, I don't remember what it was I was bringing up and down. It might have been, I think it had something to do with the audio, but I had to run up and down those stairs, and oh, good Lord, those things were scary.
Oh, yeah.
Dangerous, because they were viciously steep.
Steep, yep.
Yeah. And then the little tiny steps were barely wider than a man's hips, and only about like 6 inches from front to back. So that was serious, trying to get up and down those steps. But on the whole, it was a lot of fun. And at the end of the shoot, the producer cooked like a Japanese stew for everybody, all the cast and crew members. He just, he was down, and I think he actually cooked it in the galley of the ship. Now I don't think the galley was functional. I think they had their own cooking equipment, but I think it was still, he was still down on the ship and sort of bringing it out. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. Best stew I ever had in my whole life. And I was really tempted to like go back for seconds, maybe even thirds, but I thought, no. The Japanese have a big thing about taking multiple portions, and I kind of sort of discussed that with the head PA, the head production assistant, who was Japanese but spoke absolutely perfect fluent English. And he's like, no, go get more. And I'm like thinking to myself, no, I want to try to import myself better as an American among with these Japanese folks. So I did, but I was tempted because it was really good. And then after the editing was complete, they rented out the Palace Theater in Albany and invited us all to come up and watch it for free.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Great experience.
Japanese food is delicious. I've had some when I was there in 95. Yep.
A big
Keith
fan
was
of it.
bringing up a good point about Greyhound is a great movie.
Mm.
It's about how we were dealing with the wolf pack during the days
Yeah.
in during World War II, during the convoys taking our goods over to Europe, and how destroyers were uh, used to protect the convoys from
Mm-hmm.
German U-boats. But that was a good movie. One of these days, I gotta see that movie. Maybe I'll have to rent it on uh, Amazon Prime. It's not on Netflix. I look a little disappointed.
What,
Mm.
Greyhound?
Yeah. So now we got Justin Droner Gaming. Uh, Justin, uh, Dominic is staying here tonight. So, uh,
Yeah.
and
Hey,
he
Jim.
also said it was filmed aboard the USS Kidd. Oh, wonderful. And
Cool.
we got East Coast Thrills. That would be
Dusty.
Michelle. And your candy is on its way, which will be Cadbury
Oh,
with
great.
almonds.
Best chocolate
Yeah.
out.
Yep. Yeah. Not as bitter as that. Never mind. I'm not going to comment about
We're going to get it.
that
Yeah, we're going to
former.
get into chocolate discussion.
Yeah. Hmm. And so anyway, VPN on Netflix. Okay. Ooh, that's a good idea, Mark. I never thought about that. We got Jerry Frank.
Jerry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? I do have VPN. I rarely use it because it screws up my internet because it just slows everything down. So, but I will use it when I do go to the Philippines, so I could watch stuff. Not that they ban or block anything over there. There's a lot of American stuff that I watched over there, and then when I came back, I decided to rewatch some of those movies, like Astro Boy, which
Mm.
yeah, Lon would know all about that. Anyway,
Yeah.
yep.
It taught me everything I know.
Hmm. And he does it by hand. Hmm.
Mm.
Or is
Two
it
hands.
by fit? By
Two hands.
fist? We're really going off the rails already. Maybe I should have thought a little bit about but it'll get a lot of clicks, and we you got a good crowd tonight. So
Yeah, try the veal. We'll be here all week.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Mhm,
Uh,
mhm. So anyway, so just a kind of a tangent on this, or maybe it's not, but you might be surprised how many people on YouTube have OnlyFans page.
oh, it's a good advertisement. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And it's a good way to help drive traffic to
Mm.
to their to their sites. I mean, it is good advertising. You do kind of
I
a,
think you are.
a
You're Matty. I'm not on drugs. Okay. great.
Oh, hey, that is wonderful news, Bill. Good.
Wonderful
So
news. Wonderful news.
that is
Oh,
always
excellent,
great.
Bill.
I, I, several years ago, I had a lump taken out and had it checked, and luckily for me, uh, yeah. And you're right, Lon. That's right. While researching, there are some people that use that, and they do other content. So
I think
one
it's
of the
called,
things,
I think you would call it artistic nudity.
yes, that's true. That's true. Or there are people that talk about, beauty products,
And
yeah, and clothes,
yeah,
or lack
they might
thereof,
be doing
or
a tutorial on how to put wall fans or
wall
roof fans.
fans.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that'd be a great
Or
a great place to do tutorials on that.
yeah, and tutorials on tools. I won't say what kind of tools, but some are battery operated. Uh,
They are called personal massages.
it's, we call them massages. We don't.
Yeah, personal massages. Yeah, massage. Well, whatever.
If you use one of those, does that make you misogynistic?
Yes,
Oh,
probably does.
oh, there you go. That deserved a chuckle. There we
Well,
go.
yeah, there could be. There could be going on what Lon has said there. They have classes. They could be doing yoga. They could be
Mm-hmm.
doing classes on how to Brazilian wax properly.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think there has to be a distinction between what artistic nudity is or something artisanal rather than just the low hanging, low effort porn.
Uh, low hanging what?
Low hanging fruit. You know,
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were
I
something
should have
else
I
that
should
was
have
low hanging.
chosen my words a little bit differently. No, but what I meant to say is, I meant to say, sort of like that artisanal artistry rather than just plain porn, because there are two
Right.
different
Mm-hmm.
things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It could
And
be, Keith.
also, on Facebook, we were discussing discussing different platforms to advertise comedians to get more, attention. Uh, because back when I did stand up comedy, I mean, there were really, YouTube was, there was no YouTube. Uh, it,
Chuck.
Internet was really new then.
Mm,
And uh, we were just starting to use email
yeah.
and putting up websites. Hey, I'm Joe Schmo, and I'll be playing at the Chuckle Huts down the street in Ossining, New York. Yeah, there you go. Uh, stuff like that. I mean, the technology that has just changed
And then,
in the
then you've
last 40 years. Like,
then you've got to be on virtually every platform possible.
right. So I just mentioned OnlyFans. I thought that would be a great place for comics that do blue or, I mean, really blue humor. Because
You certainly
the
can't do that on
jokes you
YouTube.
couldn't get away with on YouTube or some of the other platforms. So
Well, I don't know if
I think
considering the foul language that YouTube does allow on there, maybe they would allow blue comedy.
right. Mm-hmm.
I think it's the blue
And
ball comedy that they won't allow.
Oh no.
right. Mm. And that was my point, was about blue. And somebody made a comment there, a few comments that are using OnlyFans. And I go, oh, that's another platform that's to get your to advertise what you're about and where you're going to be playing and what kind of humor you do and
Are we going
stuff
down the
like that.
path of something like Naked News yet, or?
There you go, naked news. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, back my here's how we recorded our sets. You know, open mic night. Just about every one of us had a portable cassette recorder that we would take, put it on stage, turn it on to record, and then we do our 2 to 5 minutes. And then after we're done, we go home and we listen to tape and see which jokes got good laughs and which jokes didn't. Maybe you might need to change an intonation or a few words to get a bigger punch. And speaking of a bigger punch, we got another New Yorker just down the street from Charles in Liverpool, New York. Let's welcome Chuck. Welcome.
We get this thing to work. Yeah. Hello, boys and girls.
Is this thing on?
Testing 1 2 1 1 2 2 check check 1 1. Isn't that what they do? Like the roadies do.
How many comments have done that before?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
He's blowing up something in the neighborhood, fireworks or something. Or there's somebody's house is blowing up like multiple times. Probably can't hear it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Charles or Chuck, what do you think of our discussion on OnlyFans?
I missed it. What was the discussion on what fans?
It's still on. It's ongoing.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. We are talking about. I was using it as a different platform for artists. And I was thinking, like drones, what other things we could do with drones other than seeing that, like, I don't know, covered bridges.
Is that what Warren wants? He said center of the mic. Is that better? Probably is better. I like covered bridges. You said covered bridges?
Yes, you do, and they are beautiful. The scenery is awesome, and you're giving me ideas of places to go fish.
Well, yeah, actually, I was at a couple of them in the past where dudes were fishing. They were doing fly fishing right from the bridge. Yeah, one of the first ones I filmed was like that. Pretty cool. Yes, sir. Roscoe, New York is a very good place to go fly fishing.
Mm-hmm.
That's outside. Well, it's in the Catskills. It's very popular, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, listen to Jim. He's taking the piss out of me again. Damn Canadians.
Yep.
Blue cheese.
Oh, I had some of that. I had some blue cheese with dinner last night. So.
Oh.
Yeah, crumbly blue. Blue.
Yep.
Spelled wrong blue.
I'm kind of a Havarti fan myself.
Did Dominic mention that drone he wasn't supposed to mention the other night on a late show?
Wait, you sure we're not going to talk about the Mini 4 yet? Or...
Oh. I'm the fourth break.
He says Tennessee is full of covered bridges. Oh, cool.
I've heard that. I have heard that too. Although I'm in the Northeast and like there are a bunch of them up here, and I get all tunnel visioned and like think, oh, they're only up here, but that's not true. These things, they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool
Yep.
how they've restored and refurbished so many of them to like keep them going, because like they're wood and they need love, because wood gets rotten and then things fall through it.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true.
I think about that every time Lori and I drive through one. We're like, wow, I hope this one's like still like structurally sound, because like
yeah,
it kind of suck.
Looks nice out on the outside.
The Wile E. Coyote thing.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, they are really cool.
I think I could see the river.
Oh, we're in the river.
No, that's the Mackinac Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bridge is kind of scary. You're going over the straits of Lake Huron and Lake Michigan, and it's like driving over a really long grate.
Well, the bridge that takes you from like New York over Grand Island to go towards Niagara Falls is really something too. And there's like it's in 2 spans, and you're driving on there, and it's like 3 lanes across, and you're like, I hope a semi doesn't come up like next to me, because it's really gonna freak me out, because the lanes seem really skinny. And that bridge is the same design as the one in Minnesota that collapsed. If you remember, like, what was it, 10 or 12 years ago, that bridge collapsed in Minnesota, the one near St. Paul. It's the same design. So it's always like comforting when you go over that bridge. Think of that.
I need to correct Richard. It's Minnesota.
Minnesota. You betcha.
Minnesota. Eh?
You betcha.
That's when you have a small
You
drink.
betcha. Yeah. Kind of a toned down Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah.
Love them cranberries.
I miss going to Minnesota, paid by my former employer. Those were the good old days.
I haven't been there in years, but
I have fall footage. Yeah, I have fall footage from there from a year ago that I never did anything with. I probably ought to do something with it.
Flipping cold in the wintertime.
Oh, dude, it was. I think I was there in October, and it was nice. And then I went back in like April, and it was not nice. It was not nice. I was flying the Mavic 3 over the building, over the Daikin building where I was working. And dude, I was only out there 5 minutes without gloves, and I could not feel my fingers. They hurt. They freaking hurt.
This
is cold. I was like
frostbite there, it sounds like.
Pulled the heat right out of me. I had to bring the drone back before I couldn't do it. I was like, bring the drone back.
Jeez. And well, our good friend Ken Heron worked at a radio station up in Duluth, Minnesota.
That way up north, almost like Winnipeg.
Way up there.
Heading towards Winnipeg, like, the other side of the border. And I was up there too. And then I went 8 hours north of Winnipeg in January. That was really warm. I didn't get eaten by the Yeti, though.
Keith says most covered bridges in Tennessee are only one lane.
Yeah. Lori and I ran into that, bad pun. in Vermont, we went through one bridge that we had to we were coming through it, and there was another. We were going really slow, and there was another car coming the other way, and it tried to it had to check up. And it's like, I was like, I hope they stop, because there's no room for them. Yeah, there were a bunch of one-laners up around here too.
Oh, nice.
Well, they were, built a couple hundred years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were built mainly for,
horses,
horse-covered wagons and horses. Yeah,
it's amazing that they've enhanced the engineering of them and beefed them up so that they can handle vehicles. They put all this. They put laminated beams in them and all kinds of trussing and shit to make them capable of handling modern vehicles. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, I could talk about them all night, but let's not. But, I mean, we could. They really are cool. And they're fun to fly with a drone. Although I've never flown a bot or something through them. Should actually rip a drone through them. I never have.
Right.
Nice.
I think Ken's done it. Hey, we got Tom 10 Toes. Welcome, welcome, stranger. Good to see you. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, anybody else? I mean, speaking of drones, how about underwater drone? You know,
Yeah,
I mean
reckon
that's kind of a pretty
do.
interesting thing.
After seeing what Curtis Dart does with it.
That's what Curtis does. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, he's into those.
That's right.
Uses Das Claw to grab stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what would be a cool place to put one of those drones is right under the Deerfield pier. And they've got cameras down below where you get watched 24 hours. And it is just beautiful to see the fish that swim by and the schools of the little minnows, and all of a sudden, whoosh, and then a tarpon comes out of nowhere, you know? Or you'll see some sharks, you'll see some hammerhead sharks. That'd be cool.
I don't know if I don't know why they call them a drone when it's underwater. It feels like I know it's an unmanned. I know it's an unmanned vehicle. I get
submersible.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like an unmanned submersible, but it's like
an umbrella term.
Yeah, I guess it's still a generic term to call it a drone. It just seems kind of weird.
Because when you say that, and you know they're talking about all these unmanned vehicles, they call that a drone as well.
Well,
so
that's technically
what you've got the Global Hawk, which is a really big unmanned remote sort of thing, and then you're talking about a Mini 2, which is probably 100 times smaller, and they're both called drones.
I'm sorry, Lon's comment.
That'd be kind of hard, Lon, because Detroit River is not known for its clarity.
Is it a little murky?
It is murky, not like the Ohio or Mississippi River, but it is not really clear water. And you have the current to deal with, because you got water coming from Lake St. Clair going down to Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Can a Tesla be considered a drone? Well, I guess if nobody was in it. Otherwise, it's manned.
Well, there is one
you have to
orbiting the Earth.
There is a nice little roadster still kind of orbiting, huh?
Yeah.
With the dummy astronaut strapped in.
That was a cool car when it came out. Like that was like 2010ish, I think, when that thing came out.
Right.
Good point there, Bill.
What did Bill say? My wife is less than a third my size, and we are still called people.
Yeah.
Where is Bill?
He is under the weather.
Oh
this
no!
Evening. He has a little stomach issue going on.
Oh no! That is no fun.
So, hopefully, it's not from one of those glasses that somebody brought in from outdoors, because they got a sign that says, you can't bring that in here. And there's a reason why, because somebody could get sick, and then
someone was
bowling alley could get sued.
Oh, what's Mark talking about? Somebody was selling one on YouTube for $180,000. A Tesla? One of the Roadsters? What?
Oh, okay.
Well, what's he talking about? Mark, what you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis?
Oh, and Bill from Jim Dynasty makes a good point. Trying to get this guy's. He's the science guy. He's
Bill Nye, the science guy.
No, not no. He's Science C. You see him all the time on YouTube, especially in shorts. He is Neil deGrasse
Neil
Nice.
deGrasse
I
Tyson.
hope.
Yeah.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were going to say Mark Rober, who I love.
Anyway, he had a prediction
Nice, Mark.
by 2050, all vehicles will be self-driving.
It's a sad day.
Yes, Richard.
18-wheelers and
Oh, man.
delivery trucks, automobile. And if you want nostalgia for your internal combustion engine car, you'll have a track to go to and drive your vehicle.
Oh, this sounds like drones, and like you have to go to like a stupid park to fly them pretty soon. Oh,
And
and you have to trust AI.
well, and he also talked about robots will just be a tool. They will not take over and kill us. It'll just be another.
What about Skynet?
I can see where that's going. As long as we have sort of Android capabilities like data and Star Trek, that's how I hope AI will go. Not the AI we see in the Terminator movies.
Right. And he also talks about how they'll develop drugs using our own genes to fight cancer. Cancer
there
will
are
be
a bunch of pretty good solutions. Well, cures for cancer already, but not as many as I thought. They predicted there would be a cure by like 2021, but
yeah, you'd hope so.
And he also talked about.
I don't have anything against Schwarzenegger. I'm talking about the
far
ideology.
Too profitable not to have a cure.
Charles, I'm afraid you're right. I know it sounds like a conspiracy thing, but it does feel like that way, doesn't it?
Yeah,
they could. They just choose not to.
Mm.
Yeah, sucks.
And also, he talked about we'll have the capability to regrow limbs and damaged organs.
That already exists with stem cells, does it not?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, you're correct, Richard.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, crazy Biden. Yeah, whatever.
Mm.
All those guys are crazy.
We're straying into
just imagine you lose a limb. Not to talk about the guy who lost his left arm and leg. He's all right. He's
Jesus. For real?
You had to go there, didn't you?
He had to go there. I just
call back to my jokes.
Oh my God.
And you could regrow. Say you lost a finger, part of a finger, or someone with screwed up hands like me.
Yeah.
How do you accelerate?
We could regrow muscle and tendons to where I could finally. I want to play the goddamn guitar someday.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I could sort of. I call making noises, but we call heavy metal.
Yeah, you have to get an AI guitar art where you think
there
you
you go.
To play, and then it'll play for you. That's not the same, I know. Yeah.
Yep. One of these days you'll, honey, stand back. I don't know how big this thing's gonna get.
That was Robin Williams, wasn't it?
Probably.
They said about
and maybe we'll have a cure for dementia and Alzheimer's.
That would be nice.
Because he was talking about using our own DNA to cure mental illness.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which that would be awesome. To get to a point where, we could, hey, how about deal like our friend Tom, 10 Toes, autism, Maybe we can figure a way how to go in there, turn that switch that turns,
that's wiring.
The awkwardness off.
Yeah, reprogram the neural pathways of our brain.
That's wiring.
Mm-hmm.
That's wiring. Because my niece is high functioning. And I always told her, I think I've told you guys this before. I'm like, well, you have like a gift. You are wired differently. You process stuff quicker. You do things quicker in some ways than anybody normal will do. I'm still holding this Mavic 3 arm. I don't know why. Every time I get on a live stream, I'm like swinging this Mavic 3 arm around.
Yeah. You're pointing the bone at them.
Yeah. It's not all bad. Is
trying
what
to
I'm saying.
that
Autism
on.
is not all bad. I mean, it's kind of like she's pretty cool. She's like she can solve mathematical problems.
Don't
Like
call it a disease.
it's not.
Don't call it a disease.
It's a different schematic. Her brain is
yeah.
wired to a different schematic. Is what's
Exactly.
going on.
Right. That's right.
Yep.
Let's welcome SK Lifty, and we got I forgot to mention Richard Wagner. Good to see you. And you know what? It is about that time. You know what, folks? I need to say hello to my girlfriend. She's in the Facebook thing. Okay, it's raining where she lives.
Is it raining again?
It is time for
Oh no.
candy giveaway. Tonight's candy is, I'm going to make myself big. It's Cadbury roast almonds. So, hashtag Cadbury.
Hard to spell.
Yeah. It's you
C-A-D.
turn it over. And I can help you folks who are not educated.
Well, we can do math
spelling.
and science, but spelling not so much. There's one or the other.
Cadbury. Yeah. Cadbury. Cadbury. Okay.
I'm telling you, man.
Yes.
I used to be able to sell like quadratic equations and all the other
rude and obnoxious man after he's died.
Triple integrals, all kinds of cool stuff, but you could never get me to spell anything right. It's never possible.
Oh, you know what? I use Google for my spelling. I'll just kind of sort of.
I'll tell you, man. Does your video editor have a spell checker in it? Whatever you're using, Art? Because mine does not.
I don't think it does. As
DaVinci does not, and it blows because Lori will catch me all the time. I'll be typing in titles and stuff, and then she's like, "That's spelled wrong." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Spelled wrong," and I check it, and I'm like, "Oh shit, spelled wrong."
Hey Lloyd, good to see you, sir. He just happens to pop in while I'm giving away candy.
Good timing.
Yeah. Oh, I sent a link to James. Hopefully he'll join us tonight. James, if you're listening, please put a comment in the chat so that I know that you're here. Because last week I closed up the show just as he was opening up his laptop. So
that's hilarious. I remember that happened to
him. And stop screwing around with the waffles. Open that damn laptop up and start listening. Yeah. Put your headphones on before I start telling your Alexis to play some Black Sabbath or better yet, let's play some old Yardbirds. Yeah.
Yardbirds.
Oh boy. The precursor of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
It's hard to compare anything to Led
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin.
Yardbirds is about 2/3 of them.
Led Zeppelin's pretty epic.
Yep. And think of the rock gods that came out of that band. Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page. I mean, the big three of rock guitar came out of that band. You know, it's
your big three.
Yeah.
I think of like Steve Howe and I'm more of a Genesis.
Another one.
Peter Gabriel.
There were a lot of really good
progressive rock guy. But yeah, there were a lot of really talented musicians in the 70s that some are still around on this side of the dirt with us today.
Yeah, that's That's right. CCR is another good one. Yep.
Clearance.
Sadly,
Clearwater.
who
Revival.
remembers Mountain?
Whoa, I
Mississippi
kind of remember.
Queen.
Now you refresh my memory. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be Leslie West. Sadly passed away a few years ago. And who remembers Love Hurts?
Yeah.
That would be Nazareth.
Yep.
That was like their only
Yeah.
song. They were like a one-hit wonder.
No, they had a lot of really good songs.
Well,
Wow,
they had
wow.
one
you're
really
messing
big
with
hit that became their signature tune.
What? Oh shit, that was Nazareth. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're right. Yep.
And Love Hurts. And
Yeah, that's
okay,
pretty much
let's go ahead and let's do a drawing here, shall we?
We shall. You shall.
And then we'll go back to the music trivia.
Music trivia. I will take music trivia for 500, Alex.
Hashtag
Alex.
Cadbury. There we go. Oh,
Spell it right.
I need it. Oh, these damn fingers. Always bumping in the flipping key right next to it. There
Boston.
we go.
Yeah, Boston is greatness. I saw them. I got to see Boston once later on, third stage.
Oh, yeah. That I wish I gotten a chance to see.
They actually played the entire record.
Almost got to see Nazareth. I had tickets and they canceled like 3 times. After the 3rd time, I said, "Screw it, I'm done. Take my money. Yep. Get my money back." And they were going to play at a small venue here in Golden, Colorado. The Buffalo Rose. Yeah. We got 35 and 21 entries. Let's get that up to 25.
Maybe they're not into Cadbury. It's not toffee, you know.
That's true. That's true.
And
I was going to get that Choco Love, but it's a little pricey.
Yeah,
And
this stuff is
Cadbury
expensive.
had a sale.
Yeah.
So
the toffee was really awesome, but yeah. Yep. What is really awesome?
Oh, I got to see the remnants of Leonard Skinner. This is they played at local
plane
club
crash. Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, this was with the brother died as the singer. It sounds just like him. But yeah.
Yep, I'd agree with that, Michael.
Yep, you're right, Michael.
Yep.
Oh, I love their eggs. Cadbury cream eggs.
I bought some of that chocolate the other night, and I must have finished it. Yeah, just looking around.
Nice. I think Lori's
Red America, Seals and Crofts, and 3 Dog Night.
I think Lori's still editing. I think she's down there glued to the computer.
All right, we're still at 22. Okay.
Yep.
That would be Iron Butterfly on Inagata de Vida.
Inagata de Vida. Great song.
Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun.
You think of Smoke in the Water.
You know
Smoke
what?
on the Water, is that what it was?
That's Deep Purple.
No, that would be dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that one. That one.
All right, let's go ahead and let's draw, shall we? And ladies and gentlemen, the winner is.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah,
Johnny DRC. Congratulations,
Hey,
Johnny. I do have your address. I will ship that out tomorrow. along with Michelle's.
Tomorrow,
Right.
there's always
Yeah, tomorrow. That's not a rock song.
No, it's
Anyway.
kind of a show tune, which is like,
From
Yep.
Annie.
questionable.
Well, you could do it,
You could turn it into rock and roll.
turn it into something metal.
Turn-
Tomorrow.
Turn anything in the rock and roll.
Sun will come out tomorrow.
Of course.
Tomorrow.
See, now
Oh, you know what? Somebody took, what was it? It was another song, and they did it in the style of AC/DC. And it was like, holy cow. Sounds totally different, but awesome. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, speaking of AC/DC, name the 4 lead singers that played in AC/DC.
Bon Scott, Brian Johnson, Malcolm Young, Angus Young.
No, not lead singer.
Oh, lead singers. I should know this. Just around the
Yeah,
corner.
you should. They're from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I know.
That would be Dave
Sore men at
Evans.
work.
Dave
Men at work
Evans,
are-
yeah.
And Axl Rose.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, Bon Scott was from Fremantle in Western Australia. Even though they did spend a lot of time in Melbourne, he was born in Fremantle, which is on the other side of the country.
That would be Bon Scott, not Von Scott.
B-O-N.
Actually, his
Ronald.
name is Ron.
Yeah, Ronald Belfield Scott.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
I've seen AC/DC several times.
well, there's a famous video of them doing It's a Long Way to the Top on the
Oh, it's
back
such a great song.
of a trailer truck going
Yes.
down the middle
Yep.
of Melbourne. That was
Huh.
1976.
I've seen
or
that
80.
video.
Yeah.
That is an awesome song. The video is awesome. A lot of people don't know this, but Bon Scott played the flute and woodwind. Yep. Because
Cool.
one of his earlier bands,
I think you'll
I
find a
forgot.
bagpipe in that as well.
You
Yeah.
play bagpipes too?
Mhm. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, he
That's
played the
Yeah.
bagpipes in
If
Long Way to
you
Top.
watch the video
That's right. Right.
in that
Cool
song, there is a bagpipe part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you could tell he's not faking it. I mean, he's really playing the bagpipe. And we got Ken. One of the Kens is here. It'd be Place It here. Welcome. Good to see you, sir. Welcome back. And we got Andrew. Mm-hmm. Yes, I have met the guys from AC/DC. As a matter of fact, well, I used to hang out at a heavy metal club here in Denver, and I just came into the bar one night, and this chick that I kind of had the hots for, she grabs me, and we're out on the dance floor dancing, and then she said, "Come with me," and we went upstairs to where Angus Young. What? They had a private little area, and the drummer, which was Simon Wright at the time, and their limo slash bodyguard, and so she takes me up there, and she's like yanking on my shoulder. This is my best friend in the whole world. And Angus goes, let go of his arm, you pull his fucking arm off.
don't you wish you
And
could have
so I
video
sat
recorded
with
that?
Angus and the guys at a small round table, and we talked about the entertainment business, and I was doing stand up comedy at the time, and uh, he told me some jokes, and I told him some jokes, and they got up and they were leaving. And goes, oh, by the way, I can't do. By the way, put your name on this napkin, and I'll have 2 tickets waiting for you at the sorry, Dominic. I put you.
Well, you've totally offended me now, so I've got to go. But seriously, on that bombshell, it's time for me to.
Oh no, we're holding you captive. You're staying here tonight. You're
hop over to
replacing Bill. You're the fill-in
Justin.
for Bill.
Okay, then. Well,
So, all right, take care,
Good night.
Dominic. Always great to
Enjoy.
have you.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Yeah.
Totally. I won't.
See ya.
Not only did I get 2 tickets, I got backstage passes.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. And I took my niece, who was 18 at the time. And awesome show. We go backstage, but it took forever to get back there. Nobody was there. Turned out they were having a party at another music hall.
Oh, they hosed
and which I knew where it was located. So we went over there, and my niece and I, we were trying to get in, and they said, "No, you gotta have this special decal sticker on you." And I'm like going, "Oh, that sucks." So we're just hanging out with a bunch of my friends from the club, my niece, and I hear somebody calling my name, and it was over at the limo. So I walked over there, and it was the limo driver. Why aren't you inside? I go, well, they won't let us in because we don't have those, stick-on decal thingy. Here you go. Gave us 3. So we had an extra one we gave to some chick that I knew from the club, and we went inside. And it was called the Rainbow Music Hall, which is now, it's a Walgreens now. So we went in there, and I got to meet the guys from the band, Brian and Malcolm and Angus. Well, Angus night before, and so my niece, she's off, kind of milling around, and I'm sitting out there in the lobby, and this drop dead gorgeous chick comes up to me and says, "Hi, my name is Angel. What's your name?" And we talked for a few minutes, and she left, and so in the concert hall itself, somebody said, "Hey, the chicks are here. We got strippers. Come on down." So, okay. Run down, sat in the front row, and who is standing in front of me? Angel. I had my dollar bill out, and this is back when I wore glasses. So, and she's got these double D's, and she decides to take my glasses off, and sounds like an OnlyFans thing. But anyway, and puts them back on. I'm like, oh, great, now I can't see. They're all smeared up. So she takes my dollar bill, folds it. I don't know how she did it, but it was the size of a chiclet. Stuck it in my mouth, and then she just pinches it. I don't know how she pinched it out, but she did. And it was like, holy crap. So that's my ACDC story. Charles, how you want to top that up?
I don't. I definitely don't have a story like that at all. The best
Welcome
thing
back,
that I
Charles.
could do.
Nice.
The best thing that I could do for that is that I got John Williams to autograph my Indiana Jones soundtrack, the Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom soundtrack, after a concert.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there was somebody there was a bunch of people back there trying to get signatures, and this one guy brought, because John Williams had been writing music for films and television since the 60s, had 30 albums, and wanted John Williams to autograph all of them. And he was kind of like, can you just pick one? Can you just pick one? You know, so he ignored him, and then I handed him my Indiana Jones one, and he says, "Where do you want me to sign it?" And on the front is that dark image that was the poster of Indy standing in the temple itself. There's nowhere to sign it, so I said, "Sign it on the back." And then some guy standing next to me handed him a silver marker and said, "Here, it's a silver marker. You can sign it on the front." And I was like, "What?" I mean, I was just so starstruck meeting John Williams. I had no clue what this guy's silver marker. What are you talking about? What? And so I was just like, for about 10 seconds. So finally, he took the marker and signed it.
Cool. That's awesome. Chuck, can you top that?
I don't know if I can, because I know the only thing I ever have going, like Lori and I had a wine and food pairing dinner with Mick Fleetwood on his his restaurant in Maui. That's about the biggest thing we've had, as a couple. It's cool. Mick sat right down next to her, though. Well, like around the table, Mick Fleetwood sits down next to Lori, and Lori's like,
cool.
She didn't get flustered at all. She really didn't know much about Mick Fleetwood, believe it or not. So it didn't freak her out at all. And I was like, holy shit, Mick Fleetwood sitting down next to me. Holy crap. And she's like asking him about,
the only person that kind of made me go, was John Bon Jovi.
That would have done that to Lori. If Lori ran into John Bon Jovi, she would have melted. Just like melted.
This was the mid 80s, probably 85, 86. I was still pretty new to comedy, and I was starstruck by a lot, performers and rock people, and I'm like standing right next to him at the bar getting my drink, and I look, oh my God, it's John Bon.
Yeah. Lori would have loved to have been in your shoes, for sure.
Now I've met the guys from Winger. You remember that band?
I remember Winger, a big hair band.
He played the bass and the lead singer, and Red Beach was the lead guitar. Met the guys in the band. They played at this club that I hung out at. And who else did I meet there? George Lynch. He was in the Lynch Mob back then. Great band. And who else? King Zach. Bass player was also the lead. They were more progressive, but they were on kind of the heavy side. And they had some good tunes. Jet Boy and God. I met Janie Lane. from She's My Cherry Pie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Warren. Yeah. Sadly, he's no longer with us. Drug overdose. Yep. Relapse.
Gets all of them after a while.
And who else? Oh, I met the guys from Queensryche. Uh, 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 yeah, Tate, the lead singer. What's his name? Chris Tate? No. Yeah, Chris or anyway. The guitarist.
Will they ever turn Gilligan's Island into a musical? Hope not. Hope not.
I heard they turned Beetlejuice into a musical.
They did.
We won't. We
yeah,
we had
on Broadway.
Unfortunate incident here in Denver where one of our congresswomen made a spectacle of herself. You see, she was going through a divorce and she was with another man. And she was vaping and taking selfies. You know, this is lights out. And the thing I'm wondering, why would they have, infrared camera in a theater unless they knew that she was going to be there? So, but that's for Sunday's show.
Yeah.
We already covered that, as Charles and I did. Tammy Jean, welcome. Good to see you.
Hey, Tammy.
Must be getting colorful down where she is, because the Catskills probably are like the Adirondacks. Basically, it's peaked out at the moment. If it's not raining there, it's peaked out.
Hey, let's welcome from the big state of Texas. It's Chris Hope. He's in the dark. But we still love
in
you.
the dark. Billy Squire.
Yep. Welcome, Chris. Good to see you, or some of you.
He's on the road again.
He's on the road again.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
a little choppy,
we
but yeah.
can sort of hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and he's gone.
He might be back.
Yeah. Maybe he went through a covered bridge. I don't know.
Maybe he went through the bottom of a covered bridge. That would be bad.
Yeah.
Hope not. Yeah. I just remembered I ran into Midnight Oil in an elevator in Rochester. That was pretty weird.
Oh, wow. Was it a squeaky elevator?
No, they were in it. It was nice. They oiled it.
Oh, because it might need some Midnight Oil to that squeak.
Beds are burning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down.
Good song. Yeah, that lead vocalist dude, he was freaking huge. He's just giant. Little old me, look up this giant dude. Hey, aren't you?
Well, and Angus Young is probably shorter than you, Chuck.
Hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So what's James doing? Making breakfast? He's not in here. He's not.
Yeah, James, hurry up and please put something in the chat so I know that you're going
to. Those Filipinos.
Because he got a little, he
was disappointed.
WTF? What,
Well,
I just opened my laptop and you shut down the show and you guys would have gone.
It's too little, too late, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
And pretty soon next month, time change. So instead of 13-hour difference, it's going to be 14.
Oh, that does kind of suck.
Yeah.
Does suck. Although, actually, for me and Keith, I think we become exactly 12 hours apart.
Right.
I thought it went down, not up, Art. Am I wrong?
Because we're falling back.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I used to tease the girls at my old job. I say, fall forward, spring back. What? Don't forget to change your blinker fluid.
Spread them.
Time to change your summer air and your tires to winter air.
Check your starter hoses.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the lines they use? One of those.
No, that would be lederhosen.
Lederhosen. Well, we just went through Oktoberfest, so I guess, or in Oktoberfest.
There you go.
Yeah, lederhosen. Went to a nice Oktoberfest in the Adirondacks last week. That was cool.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to bring your liter mug of beer up to the top of Little Whiteface. That was pretty fun.
There
it's not
you
often,
go.
Usually you think of that like the gondola that takes you up to the top, like a place where you wouldn't have like a big old mug of beer with you, but nope, it was legit.
There you go.
That was cool.
Although a big mug like that'd be like a ball and chain. I'd have to drag it across.
Well, when you're trying to vlog and stuff, it is a bit of a pain in the ass because like you're trying to this big ass mug of beer, and you're trying to hold the camera out. Yeah. Oh, dude, it is a pain in the ass.
Try to do that left-handed or
it's just and people kept asking us questions, not because we were vlogging, but for some reason they just assumed that Lori and I knew every answer, every question they had about the event. We're like, oh yeah, we don't really like work here, but like.
We're not the tour guide.
Seriously, I don't know. Made some friends though. Made some new friends. That was fun. I think a few of them are subscribers now. That's cool. Good times. But yeah, it should be peaked. It should be peaked now. Last week was right before peak. It wasn't quite there, but I think it is now.
I think here up in the mountains we're pretty close to peak.
Yep.
On the aspens.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the southern part of the state, you might have another week or two. Yeah.
Yep. It's slower where I am too, because like Syracuse and vicinity, it takes a little bit longer. But won't be long now, and then it'll be going the other way, the depressing way.
Down here in the Denver area, the trees are just starting to change. See a little bit of yellow and some orange here and there.
Some nice reds last weekend. There's some nice reds. I like the orange and the red a lot, but like
well, where I work, there's a lot of maple trees, so we get a lot of
the
orange.
Maples. Yeah, the maples.
Yeah,
they're the magic makers around here too.
Yep.
Those nice colors for the maples, and like Vermont, of course, New Hampshire.
Right. We got a big old cottonwood tree behind my apartment, and so it'll turn yellow pretty soon.
Our maple's going out back. I think it's pretty impressive. Sometimes it always wants to drop them before they really get to be like that fiery orange that like
right.
At least ours does. Then there are a couple of trees in there, but the whole thing just explodes in freaking orange.
Right.
Incredible before it lets go of the leaves. This is one of my parents' neighbors. I don't know which variety that is. Certain maples must do better than others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I miss about Michigan is you get more variation of colors.
Oh, is it
here
Mark?
It's mostly
yellow. The other Mark, right? He's in Michigan.
Yeah. Which part? Lon Denard, he's in West Michigan. Then there's
Lon's in West Michigan. Why I didn't know that.
Yeah, Grand Rapids area.
Oh wow! So like,
then there's Jim Droning. He's from Kalamazoo. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, that's Jody Drone Shot. It's Kalamazoo.
Jim's up in the great state of Canada. Hey.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah, a little bit of
yeah, we got Johnny Drone Flyer. Welcome. Good to see you.
Morning coffee tomorrow, but I'll probably sleep through it. But do morning coffee.
Must be crawfish weather down in this area.
Probably.
I would love to have a big bushel of freshly cooked crawfish with taters and
Some high quality H2O.
and corn. Yep. Yeah.
High quality H2O.
Mm-hmm.
Mama always said. Not to confuse him with Forrest Gump. Waterboy was similar. What's that background noise? I hear something happening.
I don't know.
That's
What's
Charles in a squeaky chair.
Well, I heard a squeaky chair, all right? Yeah.
No, it's not crawfish season. Okay.
I think Johnny got a Mini 3 or a Mini 4 Pro, I think.
Cool.
Is there
I'm
any
not squeaky.
difference like worthy of dropping the extra coin, Johnny? I mean, have you tried D-Log out? D-Log M, I think it has.
Yeah. You're right, Johnny.
Sack, not a bushel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you did. I don't know why I thought Johnny did it. I thought he did the deed. I see they share props because I had to buy some new props for my Mini 3 Pro. And it says, the propellers you buy say Mini 3 Pro, Mini 4 Pro. So same exact propellers, apparently.
Oh, that's good.
Apparently. So batteries and propellers. That's kind of cool. Those are the two most commonly, change things.
Right.
Drone.
Well,
There's some dead
I'd
air
have
space.
to
Good.
sell off most of my fleet to get a Mini 4. Although I'm sort of going for the Air 3
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. I'm not personally gonna go for it. I like my Mavic 3 fleet is doing it for me. I'm good. But if I haven't owned any air drones since the very first one. I think like the one you had, Art.
Right.
The very first one. It's true, Johnny, except it's not totally true. There are a couple of good things about it. D-Log M is kind of nice. Gets you a little more, you can do a little more color grading.
Although it does have the capability of doing vertical video. If you want to do like TikTok or shorts.
It's overrated. You can do that in the Mini 3 Pro too. It's a gimmick. Like the I don't know, the sensors are cool though. They've improved. What really bums me out, it's okay. I mean, that thing. That the 4 was around when the 3 was around. They released.
Oh well, who is in the chat?
Wait, let us know. We'll shut down a minute before, James. Just let us know. We'll just push the button like a minute before you come in. Just as he starts to come on the screen. Power down.
Well, Johnny says he can't color grade. He's colorblind.
Oh. Poop.
That would make it.
You should make all your videos in black and white, Johnny. It'd be like an artistic statement.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Do like all black and white, like Young Frankenstein. Be all like black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've seen some
Civil War look.
I have seen some very cool videos where people have done stuff in black and white. It's pretty cool. Because it's weird when you take the color out, it changes the whole vibe of the video, and like you see more like textures and stuff. It's pretty funky.
Word says Air 3 is immune to magnetic black sand.
That's good to know. I've been still trying to pull the back off of this so I could see if I could clean out the inner of this barrel, but like it still pisses me off, obviously. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Now I bet James would love to have an Air 3.
Probably. But he has the Air 2S, which is a really good drone.
Yep. Well, I think he wants, because the Air 3, I believe, you could get that battery with the 40-minute flight time.
Oh, that would get him over to his volcano and back easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And they have that, well, you could you have two different remotes you could have. You could get the one with the monitor built in, or you can get the one where you gotta use a flipping phone to put on.
Wait, what on Air 2S?
No, I'm talking on the Air 2S and the Air 3.
The Air 2S is kind of unique in the fact that it works with the smart controller, it works with the
Yes.
RC Pro, and it works with the RC1N. I think it works with actually kind of goes backwards and forwards. OcuSync 2 and 3. That's kind of cool.
Good night, Warren.
See you,
All right,
Warren.
Warren.
Yes, the smart controller works with the Air 2 that I
Yeah,
have. That's one of the things I like about it.
it's a respectable controller. I still have one in my basement, along with a
Mhm.
Mavic 2 Pro that's just sitting around.
Yep, yes.
I think I
Same
really
with mine. You know,
Christ.
I even bought an extra battery because I thought I was going to be doing some mapping stuff, and it's just sitting there.
They
not
still
doing
have
anything, yeah.
there's still interest in that drone. I probably should put it up for sale because I don't use it, and it'd be nice to like start a fund for like Mavic 4.
Yeah.
Because June,
I
I think probably June.
if I do sell the Mavic 2 Pro, I'll sell the smart controller with it, and then I'll
That was
just
my
go
plan
get
too, Art. That was my plan
Yeah.
to sell them as a
get the regular controller for the Air 2. Yeah. They're
yeah.
only like $40-$50 on eBay.
Oh my goodness, I have a stack of RC1Ns kicking around. I think I have 3 of them. So, because like Mini 3 Pro, I fly that with RC Pro, just like the Mavic 3. And then I have the DJI RC that came with the Mini 3 Pro that I gave to Lori to fly with just the extra Mini 3 Pro that I bought to fly to its death. That never happened. So now, at least she has a nice controller to fly that with.
There you go.
But yeah, but the Mavic 2 Pro, I was just gonna sell it with the old smart controller.
Right.
And then the Mini 2.
And
Mini
I'm going
2
to
works with the smart
sell
controller too. I
the
could sell as a
potato.
package. It's a whole creator package. You get the Mini 2, you get the Mavic 2 Pro, you get the smart controller, a couple of batteries for everything, and like off you go. You want to be sub 250, you're good to go. You want to be 2 pounds, fly the Mavic 2 Pro. I wonder if I could sell them all in one big box. That'd be cool.
There you go.
Maybe.
Well, I've got the DJI FPV that I'm going to sell, and I'll
sell the
throw
potato?
in the motion controller.
Yep.
Which I had left over from the. And I'm going to sell the police auction, Nevada, and I'll throw in the motion controller too, and a
Yeah, that's what
single
I'm
battery
using.
charger.
I am using
Minus
Motion
a goggle.
2 and goggles Integra with my Avata.
Oh.
And Lori is using the original goggles 2 and the original Motion with hers. And we can fight over an RC2 if we want to, because we have an RC2 kicking around with the sticks. If anybody wants to be bold enough to try it in proper manual mode.
Right.
Yeah. I'll leave that to Lori's devices. I could see her doing it. Not me. I could see her doing it.
Well, Michelle says need an N1 for the Mini 2.
Oh, you need an RC1N? He said, and I think RC1N is what I think it is. Yeah, dude, I got one kicking around.
For which one, Tammy? The Avata or the potato?
Potato.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell the whole thing for $1K.
Easy grand.
Yep.
Well, I think Max will want to give you like $10 for it. So
yes, I know. Anyway, you get the goggles, you get a charger for it, which it didn't have,
They have most of that
You'll
stuff
get
already,
a-
though. Yeah. I actually prefer Avata over the FPV. Even though the FPV is insanely fast if you can fly in manual mode. That thing is a rocket
Yeah.
ship. But like Avata is kind
Well,
of like a brick shit house, so it's kind of nice.
for the Avata, that's minus the controller. Oh, we got Jalen Charita. Welcome, welcome. You'll get the Avata, you'll get the one battery charger, you get a battery, you'll get the motion controller 3, and I think I don't know, $750.
Oh, look, he's coming
Hey,
down.
let's welcome all the way from Lipa City, Philippines, Batangas, Philippines. It's James. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
James.
Morning, guys. Morning, guys.
Long time no
long,
see.
long
Right.
time no see. No,
He's an army man tonight.
Oh, yeah. This actually, I was deployed with the army in Afghanistan for 2 of the last 3 years. I was assigned to some duties with them, and this is kind of what you wear around the camp inside there all the time. I got a bunch of these left over. I'm an Air Force guy, but support all the branches. I was listening to you guys talking about I wanted to chime in. I got in a little late. Chime in about the Air 3. I got the
not
Air
the
2S.
OnlyFans?
No. I got a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be
Oh, that 1-inch sensor is
I'm
pretty
gonna be chatty
awesome,
Cathy. I think I'm gonna be chatty Cathy today. I got a lot of stuff that I wanted to share. Is my audio okay? I don't know.
Yeah,
if I
you
got
sound perfect.
Okay, I didn't know if I had the mic settings right on the external mic thing over here. Anyway, yeah, I'm actually seriously considering the Air 3 now for the main reason that Chuck brought up about the flyovers of the volcano, because the Air 3 pretty much doubles everything. It doubles the distance and it doubles the air time that you can go, and I'm just shy of being able to spend any valuable time over the center of the volcano from the closest land point outside the lake. So when I do fly over and I have maybe 15 or 20 seconds before I must return back to where I started from.
Yeah.
If
So
I don't,
you'll get like 10 minutes of probably
Yeah.
a solid 10 minutes of like volcano time.
So I can get some really valuable volcano time over doing that.
So you would benefit from OcuSync 4 because you get that. Yeah. And
the Air 2S, I can't say anything but good things about it.
It's a great drone.
The only thing that I can say and it's not against the Air 2S, it's about restrictions that DJI puts into their software. And I don't know if hi Andrew, it's good to see you here. The only thing that I have a problem with is the geofencing, where they restrict you from actually flying in certain areas. It's like, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the Dumaguete video that I just published last week. When we were there, Dumaguete it's very close to their small airport. They have a very, very small airport. You can fly a heavy in, but you have to be very calculated with the runway. It doesn't have a very long runway, and the one whatever it will only allow like one heavy to park, and then it has to turn around and leave before another one can come inside. It parks right next to all the Cessnas there in the parking area in front of the terminal. But what I'm getting to is I did a lot of drone video when I was there. I mean, there's just so many great opportunities for drone videos. And that, because it's right next to the water, it's right next to the mountains, it's right next to the waterfalls. It's got like the best of everything, and within 10 to 20 kilometers of anywhere around Dumaguete. It's a great opportunity for videos, drone videos. But
Chuck,
the airport,
you know what island he's talking about?
I do not.
That would be the island of Negros.
Negros Oriental.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the big island.
What's the part called on the other side?
On the other side.
That would be Occidental.
Not
I mean, down in-
accidental.
Yeah, because in the Philippines they have they split the island, and one part will be Oriental, and the other part will be Occidental. Am I correct, James? Or do you want to get in this and correct me?
No. I agree. I agree until I can disagree. So, yeah,
I'm not
I-
anythinging. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here and gonna.
But I just wanted to say that the drone was phenomenal, and I put it in some really tight situations, But there are two different situations that I had that were very, very challenging. The first one I'll talk about earlier because I was along Rizal Boulevard. That's the one that you see all the vloggers that are in Dumaguete that hang out at the bars and stuff like that. That's where they hang out. But it's also not just, it's really, there's only a few bars on that strip inside there. It's a very nice area, very nice coffee houses, restaurants. The park, very family oriented park there, very, very nice. And, but that whole strip there, the whole Rizal Boulevard, I would say it's probably only about 2 to 3 kilometers from the airport. Maybe one, a little over, right around a mile, maybe around 1 mile. And I think the geofencing where they cut you off, I think it's like 5 kilometers. I think it's something like that from, I've seen that before in another location that I was almost 5 kilometers from a very small private airport. And it was one of the best opportunities for me to do this beautiful drone view around this huge rock that's sticking out of the water. And it wouldn't even let me take off the ground. It wouldn't even allow me to start the props to go up. And it did the same thing. I wasn't actually at Rizal, but I was at, did you see the house that I showed? The property in the house that the family wants to sell?
Heinz's house, yes.
Heinz's house, yeah. Heinz and Terry's. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me fly from there.
His video.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wouldn't let me fly. It wouldn't even let me take off from there. And they're probably about 1 or 2 kilometers even further away from the airport than Rizal Boulevard. So that was the one challenge that I was really disappointed. Where I wish because the thing was, I was probably about 4 kilometers from the airport at their house. And all I wanted to do was fly at rooftop around their house. That's all I wanted to do. Maybe 20 feet up. And it wouldn't even allow me to go 20 feet up inside the air that far away. So I think the geofencing rules that they've applied they're not fair. I think I wish there was some way that you could, well, I know there's a way to bypass it. I know how to bypass it. But I don't want to alter any of the software or the firmware inside. I did that once before, and that drone that I have now, and it's a DJI. It's brick.
One drone you can get around is RTL drone.
Or maybe have a secondary drone that doesn't apply all those things. So in those particular situations, I could be able to fly those.
I had a hack. Now I applied to my RC Pro, to my remote controller, that I used. It was intended to be used with my Mini 3 Pro in Iceland if I was going to fly off further away because I needed the extra power. It didn't get rid of the no-fly zones, but it overrode the reduction in power, so it was FCC mode even when I was in the European Union. And but now I have you apply it to the remote, not the drone though, James, which is kind of cool. It's just on the remote.
Yeah. Well, I did. I actually downloaded and installed. I paid for it. There's a place where you can get that for the no-fly zones and other height restrictions and things like that. And that's the thing that kind of
limit drones.
I'm not gonna. I don't want to bash anybody. I don't want to bash anybody because all these people have great products, but and it could be just my.
Could be.
It could be my drone. But the problem is when I tried to go back to the factory stock, go back inside of it, I had all kinds of issues, and the final result of mine is the drone is pretty much brick. I can't do anything with it.
That's my original. That was a while ago.
Remember the Phantom 4 Pro Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. So I'm doing the Air 2, but remember I told you I think it was the very last time, because it's been a while since I've been on your show, and I think the very last time we talked about it, and I said I was having difficulty finding a good price for the Air 3, because the Air 3, if I send it from the U.S. like through Amazon over here, the customs fees that they charge you is just, it's insane. Normally Amazon is good. Normally Amazon is really good, and I get free shipping on a lot of things, and the prices are actually very competitive, or even sometimes less than what I pay on Lazada over here. But on certain high-tech items, electronics and high-tech items, it's really expensive. And they didn't have it at first where it was available to the U.S. market. The U.S. market always gets all the neat toys faster than we do over here. And then, but Lazada is now selling it. There's a couple of DJI. One's a DJI store, and they're credited by DJI or something like that. I don't know how it is, but there's a couple of them. And believe it or not, the DJI Air 3. When I last looked, I didn't pull the trigger on it yet because it's still quite expensive. But it was less than me buying it in the U.S. It was probably around $50 or $100 less than buying it through the U.S. market. So if I can stash away a little cash, I'm going to probably pick it up, and it's still available over here. I'm going to probably pick it up on the market over here for the distance and the time. That's the main thing. But if it wasn't for those two things, the Air 2S does everything that I need. Oh, let me talk about one more thing, one more challenge that I had. Did you see the video at the waterfalls?
Yes.
Well, it was Valencia, north of Dumaguete. Wasn't that phenomenal? I got to tell you, I captured the whole time I was flying there. The entire time, I was in awe just looking at my monitor, my smart monitor. I was just like, and then when I got back and I did the editing, I could have done a 30-minute video on nothing but the video that I captured and had some nice. And it was so, and I had to find some way. And every time I cut the clip and trimmed it, I'm like, I don't want to throw that away. I don't want to throw.
Look who's in the chat. It's Mr. Heron.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, Ken. Good to see you.
But the other challenge that I was talking about, other than the geofencing, was in that area, in the hillside, in the mountain where the waterfall runs. It was so narrow. And it was so very deep from the top of the waterfall where the water came down to the pond. Right?
How's that?
I could
that was kind of a subliminal.
Oh, it's a subliminal cha-ching. All right, I wasn't sure.
So, let me get back. I couldn't get any GPS satellites.
Oh,
none?
Oh,
Zero.
yeah, because
it's a narrow. You're in this narrow ravine, just like this.
Oh, that'd be scary.
Yeah. So, and the guy warned me. Our guide, when we went, he said we have so many people that bring drones here, and they can't fly their drones. They said they can't fly their drones, and I'm like, why? He says no GPS. And I said, you know what, DJI's I think this is probably a really good drone. I said, you know what, I think it'll be able to catch something. And I sat there and I waited and I waited and I waited, but it didn't geofence me because it was far enough away from the airport. So it allowed me to do, I think it allowed you to go to 50 feet or something like that.
Yeah,
it allowed me to go to the level that you saw. And what happened was when I got higher, up to about the 50 foot, it actually picked up 3 satellites. And that allowed me to go just a little bit higher. So I was able to capture some of those spectacular video captures of the waterfall.
I mean, that place is gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous?
So you can't go
James,
through the canyon?
Unfortunately, I can't go there.
No, you wouldn't be able to. It was, I got to tell you, even for me, the challenge.
It's a lot of walking.
It's about 350 steps down, 350 steps up. And that's just the concreted and iron steps they have. Then when you get to the bottom, it's traversing the huge boulders and rocks and the streams because when they had the typhoon back in 2012, there used to be catwalks that they made out of concrete and steel that they had that you could walk over, so it was a little bit more manageable to be able to make
They
it
all got
all the
wiped
way
out?
to the, it's all white. It all got wiped out. You could
Wow.
see it. It looked like an earthquake or a bomb went off around there, and it
Yeah.
just everything's collapsed and everything. So you have to army it,
Yep.
going through there. It's like,
Yikes.
and but it was a little bit of a challenge, but I made it. I made it
Yep. Yep.
for a
Yep.
senior citizen. I made it.
I mean, it
I was-
looked like, oh God, I wish I could go there. It's just not accessible for a little dude like me with little tiny legs trying to
Yeah.
get over
Now you would.
some of
Now
those
you wouldn't be.
big rocks and
Yeah. And I carried,
And-
and the other big challenge for me was I carried the backpack. The backpack is what I use, the rucksack, and that's what I carry
Right.
my drone in. And the drone has the 4 batteries. It's got the drone, even though the drone is only like 300 grams or something. When you put the batteries, and I had everything inside there, the power charger and some other crap inside there. So what happens is when you're walking, you're like unsteady when you're trying to climb, and you lean over, it pushes you forward because the backpack leans forward. And then when you're
Right.
trying to go nut, it pulls you back when you're straight. So it was a little bit of a challenge. I did, Lloyd. I I haven't been on in such a long time. I have I got lots of stuff. I got lots of stuff I have to unload.
anyway, James, that house that Heinz wants to sell, I would love to have that house, but that just way beyond my my price range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I thought it was expensive. But when I found out what the prices of property and houses were that close to downtown, even though you're like in the suburbs, but yet
Right.
you're very close. You're 8 or 10 minutes away from Rizal Boulevard. That's how close
Right.
their property is inside there.
Mhm.
And it's like a hectare. It's like a hectare of land, and they
Yeah,
have
it
so
looked
much
like a big.
frontage. Did you hear when I was at the street at the gate? You could hear the motorcycles, and you
Yep.
could hear the sound of the street noise. But the further I walk back, it's nothing after you go behind 2
Yeah.
walls, and you're at the
Mhm.
property where the house and all that. So it's a very private back there, very quiet. You got the best of all the worlds on that property. But I thought it was expensive. But what I did comps. I checked with some people in the area, and that's for that area. It's actually a good price, even though most of I think Westerners would say, "Oh," and they always do the comparison. "Oh, I could buy this in the United States. I'm not going to spend the same amount of money for what I'm going to buy in the United States and pay for that," and not because I hear about all these things, about all these cheap things that you could buy something for almost nothing. Well, there is some situations like that, but not in highly desirable areas over there. As a matter of
Right.
fact,
Mhm.
the error, I suspect the error of being able to buy these great places in paradise that we have over here,
Mhm.
the gap is narrow. That threshold
Yes.
is getting left.
Well,
So for the people
it's
who have already
because of
bought,
shows like yours, James.
oh, let me tell you, we had a big community get together last night at the clubhouse. It was a community get together, and it was big. As a matter of fact, I think I have a show and tell somewhere here for you, for part of your show today. A few pictures, and whenever what they do when we have these things, people introduce themselves. They go around in the big circle and they introduce yourself, and it was funny. They're all couples who have houses in here or in the process of building or will be building soon. It was so funny when we were going around the room. We were going all the way around the room, and it's like, "Oh, my name is blah blah blah. My wife, my Sawa over there is blah blah blah, and we bought our property in whatever year, and we found it on James's vlog." All the way around the room, it was like that.
Yep.
But
I mean, that's how Chris and Nelia got their
That's right.
property. You know,
That's right.
I'm
That's
the
right.
one that suggested you gotta check out this guy's channel, and And they bought that property, but sadly they can't do it because Nelia she's a
Got like
pet
1,000
lover.
cats.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but they have
yeah.
property at Dipolog where they do have a small farm where they shelter dogs and cats there.
Are they still over here? Are they still? Because I keep
No,
seeing them. They're back.
they've been back here for a while, but we're talking about, and they invited me to come with them in February. So
you see Lloyd's comment.
yeah,
We have the waterfall. That's where Hop Bones every night. He hides inside there. I mean, we could always turn that into a guest room for
there you go.
smaller people. No, but Chris.
Hey,
and
that
Amelia,
bedroom you had me in was perfect size.
that's the VIP room. That's the VIP room, and it's got the isn't the vaulted ceilings inside there.
Yes,
Isn't it's
it
very
was nice.
that
Didn't
will be
need aircon. The temperature was just perfect.
yeah.
Waking
That
up to the sounds of the birds in the morning.
if and when myself or my wife we ever get to the point where we can't traverse the steps to the second floor where our master bed, that will be our bedroom. That will be the new master bedroom for us.
Well, and you got the bathroom around the corner, so
Yeah, I hope that never happens because
nice bathroom, by the way.
I really like our space up here. As a matter of fact, Ness, you can't see her. She's in the doorway over here. She's in the bed. She's kind of sleeping in this morning, or not sleeping in. She's, Sundays are our relaxed day. Yeah,
Right.
So we're kind of chilling out today. So
I've been sending links to your videos to my friend Nancy, and she lives in Valenzuela, which is a suburb of Manila.
Oh, okay.
Just north of downtown. And she has some property in Davos. Yeah. And so she was my tour guide when I was there, when I stayed with you guys. And for a whole week, it's like, all right, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go there. And it's like, wow. I mean, that was really super nice. They rented a car, and we went all over. We went to Palazzo Verde. We went to Nyack. That's where my ex fiance lives. So I finally got to meet her sister Jennifer there, and Dante was there, and I got to see my godson and his two siblings, and it was a fun trip. Oh, and then we went to the casino and did pretty darn well there.
I have never done that. I'm not a casino kind of a guy, but I go in like I have a set amount that I have, $100.
Yep,
something. That's all. And if I blow it, I'm done for the night. I stay there for the amount of time that I have that amount of money inside there. And then when it's exhausted, I don't exceed that. That's my
right.
And
that's what I did.
It served me well over the years. But I haven't done any of the casinos, although my family, when they come to visit, as a matter of fact, we have family coming in. Well, we have lots of family coming November and December. But one of our daughters will be coming in December, and her and her boyfriend will be doing the Manila scene and doing the casinos and stuff like that. Our son was here. When was the last time he was here? Not that long ago. I think January or February or something like that. And that's what he did. What he does, he flies in, he hangs out downtown in the casino resorts. Because I guess it's like Vegas. You get some kind of benefits for being inside and playing, and they give you some kind of incentives. And he does that, and then we pick him up at the casino, and then we bring him down here to the house. So, but I haven't done any of that yet. We're focusing on more other touristy things around here.
Well, thank you, Jay Bird. smash that thumbs up. Yep. That helps with the algorithm, by the way. So
Supposedly.
help me out here. And yeah, so I just went in with a set amount of money. I said, once it's gone, it's gone. And so the neat thing about the Philippines is I get a wheelchair just about everywhere. So at the casino, they had a wheelchair
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Nancy and first time
Pe-
pushing me.
People don't realize, and this is another misconception about the Philippines. You know, I kind of get offended sometimes when everybody's saying, "Oh, the Philippines is a third world nation," yada yada. But I got to tell you, in the modern cities, you know,
Mhm.
the places around Manila,
Mhm.
the places around Santo Tomas, just in my area up here. When I
Mhm.
go to these places, I see things and they have codes. They have building codes where they have to have accessibility for people with disabilities and all these kind of things. And it's just as much to the standards, if not more, in some of these places. And I
Mhm.
got to tell you, the Philippines, people don't realize this. The Philippines is the sleeping giant. You know, they talked
Yep.
about all these other. I've been watching some of these documentaries on these upgrades inside the Philippines. All these super highways that they're building, like from Manila up towards Angeles City. All these big
Mhm.
expansion roads. There's super highways, elevated roads, so that the regular traffic can do everything on it. Like the elevated highway that they have for on the SLEX to go to
Yep.
the airport, the NAIA,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And they're doing the same thing from this part of Luzon. They're going to be making it going down to what's the Bicol? I think the Bicol region and stuff like that. So they're
Right.
slowly they're doing like they're sort of doing like what Korea did in the 2000s and the early 2000s, moving the way. It's like before 2000 in Korea and South Korea when I was over there. It was like it seemed like people were still riding bicycles and
Yeah.
it seemed like and but what I started noticing while we were over there, we were getting, and these shacks that are nothing but tin roofs and looks like the walls are falling apart. They were getting super high speed internet on fiber into these houses, faster than the internet speeds we were getting in the U.S. at the time. So what
Right.
they've done, if they've laid back on technology for such a long time, while everybody else develops all this and makes it affordable, like the U.S. I mean, we
Right.
contribute a lot to the
Mhm.
technology, and then at
Yep.
a certain point, then they adopt it and they move super fast ahead with the technology,
Right.
and that's what's happening over here right
Mhm.
now. So, wait 20 years from now in the
Yeah.
Philippines, it's gonna be totally different from the way it is now. The way it is now is
Mhm.
totally different from the way when we bought our property in 2010,
Right.
and even when we started building here in 2017. The availability of building supplies, electronics, all these
Right.
things, it wasn't here in 2017, but it's most of it is here now. Pretty much anything I can get in the US, I can get over here now. So it's
Right.
moving quite fast. Chuck,
Mhm.
I was
dude,
editing.
I
I
got a
was just
question
you
for
were
you. I got a question for
I'll
you, man.
listen
Are
now
you
'cause
like
I was editing.
you were editing? Well,
I
that's
was
what I was
editing.
just going to ask you about, because I'm sure you're editing one of your travel. Are you like a rich person? Are you like a YouTube that you got a channel that we don't know about that's making you like a YouTube millionaire? Are you born rich? Is your mom and dad like, or Lori's mom and dad like?
Yeah.
You are
Yeah. How
like,
do you get the
how do you
the
go
business
all?
class?
I don't ever see you working at home anymore at your air conditioning, whatever it is that you do.
I
You're like
work I work
you're
all
in
week
you're,
in an office now, man.
you're
I
in
like going.
Alaska, you're in London, you're in yada yada, but
Alaska
you're not,
was a
you
year
haven't come to the
ago.
Philippines yet. What's going on, man?
Mhm.
What do you mean? Everybody says we're traveling all the time, but really it's like, okay, so like there's a week in August, it's like our anniversary week. We went to Alaska last year. We went to Iceland this year on that week. And then there's a week in October when we go like we went to England last year. We're actually going back to London because Lori wasn't feeling great when we were there last year. No, no, I mean we fly business class when we can because well we figure we don't have any kids, we deserve it, so we fly business class. You know, it's like
Well, I
but
think maybe I think maybe I can answer my own question right here. I think it's the way you space your publishing of your videos.
Well, it
'Cause
takes forever to
always
edit.
seems
There's always
always
something-
seems like you're on vacation. Always.
I know it
Mhm.
feels like that, but I'll tell you, to me, it always feels like I'm editing because it's like I'm so slow at it. It takes forever.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you're too much. You're a perfectionist.
but there's a lot of times I can't make what I have perfect, so it takes me a lot of time to get it like tolerable in my mind. But yeah, but no, so nice knife. Yeah, we don't travel all the time.
James
but it does
should
feel
know
like
what
that,
this is.
too.
Did you get that here in the Philippines?
That's cool.
My dad brought it back
Oh,
from World War
yeah.
II.
Yeah. I don't know if they let you carry stuff like that. Do they let you
They-
carry stuff like that on your check-in
Probably
baggage?
not.
Probably not. Yeah.
That's the kind of thing. If you put it
The
in your
blade
suitcase,
is made from a Japanese spring from a truck. Hilt is brass, made from 50 caliber brass, and that is from a 50 caliber bullet, and this made from carabao. That's buffalo horn,
nice.
all handmade.
Very cool.
My dad was in the Philippines. One of the locals wanted to make this for him. All right.
Okay. I might have to stop this, or you might have to stop at a certain point. It's probably got some music in the background.
Oh,
What do you got?
I don't know. I don't know if you get hit or not for stuff like that. But this was last night. Or I can mute it, or make it.
there you go.
So I'll mute. That's good. I didn't know I could do that, but it just showed up on
Oh
my
yeah,
screen.
you mute the audio. It's probably good because if it's copyrighted, it'll.
So this was last night. We played. Well, this was a gathering of a lot. You got, if you look inside, if you look at the people, these are like these are residents or people who have property inside here. That's Ness over there in the red, and actually you see she's behind. It's the object of this game is to fan the 100 peso bill around the chair and back to where you started for, and you get to keep. And you see Ness is actually really far behind right here. But she actually ends up winning. She came from behind at the very end. She won 100 pesos there last night. And for those,
Oh yeah, here I'll step on it. Yeah, cheater.
now I want to show you. I'm gonna stop right here. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. Let me see if I can get a clear shot. You really can't. It's hard to see. You see this guy right here? Can you see my? I don't know if you can see my. Oh, so you can't see my arrow pointing around here. So you see the big guy in the blue standing up.
Yes.
Then there's three people to the left. He's got his leg crossed there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me. I don't know if I can get a closer picture where it's easier to see. Let's see. Maybe back. Yeah, right there. Maybe that's easier to see. So the guy that's got his leg crossed. Let me tell you, that's the guy that they bought a lot here. They're one of my subscribers, and they bought a lot here. They're building right now. They're the ones. Remember the house that's being done? I'm doing like 3 houses in the subdivision right now. But anyway, real quick, that guy right there, when he first came, the first time he came to visit us and talk about, I found a lot because I was watching your channel, and we started talking to each other. And I'm like, where are you from? He says, I'm from New York. And I said, well, I'm originally from New York. I left when I was very young. I said, where in New York are you from? He said, Elmont. I said, wait a minute. I'm from Elmont in New York. Then I said, what school did you go to? He said, oh, Dutch Broadway. I said, holy crap. That's the school I went to also. And then I said, how old are you, by the way? He said, I was born in 1957. I said, holy crap. I was born in 1957. And then we started talking. We were in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and third grade.
Oh, that's hilarious.
In the same school.
Wow.
Our house was, he lived on the back side of the school. I lived on the front side of the school. And can you imagine 60 something years later, two people ending up in the same subdivision. Let's see. Hold on. How do I stop this? Can you stop it?
You stop the share?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where I couldn't figure out where. Anyway,
'Cause the
can
world
you
is
imagine
small,
a
man.
coincidence? The coincidence of
Yeah.
that happened. So
Mhm.
Brett's
that is
saying
insane.
soccer.
That is insane. That is totally insane. No, actually, yeah, we bought drinks. As a matter of fact, we buy drinks for each other quite often. Not back then, not when we were 7 years old, but maybe milk, maybe milk inside the cafeteria.
Yeah.
The
Was it
elementary school
chocolate or?
But we don't remember each
No.
other. As a matter of fact, you know, most boys, if you talk with them, if you ask them who was your kindergarten teacher or who was your first, you know, we're so kind of spacey at that age. I only remembered one little girl back in the day. That's all I could remember.
One
But
little
yeah,
girl you
that's crazy. But that we're happy that they're here, and that couple, their name is Rob and Bless, and Bless lives up near Manila. Her family is somewhere up near, I think north. I think it's north of Manila. So many people, I can't remember where everybody's from. And when Rob came over here, the area, the barangay, and where they were planning on buying very close to her family's homes. Nobody speaks English in that area. It's very rural, I guess. It's very rural in that
Wow.
area.
Okay.
And Rob was so concerned that he's got nobody to talk to. He felt like he was going to be
Right.
isolated. And some people need they need associations with people that they can speak the same language and stuff with. So that's when they found our channel, and they saw that we have a lot of international expats, I guess you would say. We're about 50-50 inside here. And I think that's what attracted them. And when they came down and they saw it, they ended up buying the property here. I just got one more thing I want to share with you. I got two pictures.
Telling Chris that you're on my show right now.
Yeah.
Maybe
you
he'll
wanna bump
pop
into you?
in. Yeah.
He started to come in, right? And he got disconnected or whatever.
Oh, I can't do this for some reason. I don't know. Chuck's a Mac guy. I just installed Sonoma. I just installed it, and I haven't even. This is the first day I've used it on this laptop. And sometimes when you change something for security settings, it wants you to like allow access to things inside there. And the only reason it's saying for me to share this picture that I want to share with you, I have to give permission, and then it has to reboot or something like that for a security thing. And I have to close Google Chrome, and Google Chrome is what I'm talking to right now. I'm talking
you have to
to
drop and come back
in
to get it.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it. Let's see, is there another way that I can actually?
Probably not.
Maybe I can share. No, it won't let me do that. Oh, yeah.
James,
there you go. It'll let me do this. Let me show you the project that I'm working on. I'm always working on projects here. And I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this one. But remember I did the wardrobe cabinetry?
Right.
And did I show you that? I think I showed you that, right? I did a video. I'm sure you watched the video.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go
you built the
the walk-in,
closet, yeah.
the walk-in closet, and then I don't have doors in because the doors were open. Let me show you the doors. They're not completely the doors are built, but I don't have some of the hardware. So let me show you
You need
and this
to
was
close
built out
out
of
this one window.
I have who does?
Maybe you could put another window in. I don't know
Here.
if can you do that, Chuck?
I put another window in a window.
Well, because he wants to show another picture, and he's still got that video from the last thing. How do you close that?
How do I close it?
Jesus, I don't know. I don't know. And Chrome, I have tabs. Let's close a tab. Aren't you not in Chrome?
I'm in Chrome.
No, this is in StreamYard.
Oh, you're in StreamYard.
You know how he shares?
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh yes, that's right. If he closes the tab that that video is in,
That'll
Yeah.
kill
There
it,
is no
too.
tab. I have no open tab.
Well, are you
Then
still
how did you
Well,
play
how
the
did
video?
you share it?
Are you still presenting?
Well, let me see if I close that window, that total window. Let me close that.
Okay.
Yeah, that should do it.
Let me try that. Let's see if it'll let me do it
Mhm.
now.
Watch, all of a sudden James will just vanish.
About there you go.
you go.
You see it now?
No.
It's still there.
There's
Still
something
there?
behind us, isn't there?
It said this is what. Let me tell you. This is what the Google Chrome came. It says Chrome has lost permission
Seems-
to capture your screen.
Seems like a Mac problem.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. You're my only. You got to back me up. You got to back me up on Mac.
Do
man.
you see any?
You're
There
the
are no
only
Mac
one.
products. The only Mac product I have that I'm forced to carry is my work phone.
I'm in a group of Windows users here, and probably most of the people in
Android.
the chat.
And
most of the
Windows
people
and-
in Windows.
And
in the
is
chat.
Windows perfect? No. Microsoft stuff actually sucks. It just doesn't suck as bad as iOS, so that's why I tolerate it. They're both pretty bad now.
So if
Okay,
you
hold
want
on.
to share something, just go to present and then open up the tab,
Let's
and
see if I do
maybe
something.
from there
Okay.
you could close
gonna-
out
wait a
the other.
I'm gonna go away and come back again. Hold on.
Well, that'll definitely do it, dude. If you do that,
Yep, there you go.
that'll definitely do it.
Hmm.
Wow, it got really quiet in here for a second. We'll enjoy
Yeah, sure.
we
yeah.
enjoy the
That's why I
sanctuary.
never leave.
Quick, lock the door. Lock the door.
Lock the door.
Lock the door. Lock the door. It's like a horror movie in October. Oh, he's
There
back.
he is.
Shit.
How fast was that?
About him.
How fast was that? Yeah. Were
Yeah.
you talking?
What was that,
I
Starling?
said, lock the door. Quick, lock the door.
Let's see if it'll let me. Hold on. Let me see if that fixes it. I don't know if that fixed it or not.
Yes, it did. It went away, so you
It
could
did, it went away.
share
Yeah.
your picture.
Good job. It's
Okay.
weird
So
that you
now,
couldn't close it
so
though. It's weird.
where are my pictures now?
No, you probably deleted them. You're screwed.
No, they're on my desktop. They're on my Oh, this is so messed up,
It's
dude.
you
Dude, I
sound
want
like me. You sound like me when I'm fighting with like Microsoft Teams. This is so messed up.
Oh my
I have
god!
problems
I
with that
want
shit
to.
all day long.
Okay, I really want to show you this one because
Ooh.
I really,
Look at what
really-
what I gave
I'm really
away.
happy. I'm really happy with the.
Is that milk chocolate? Art? It's milk chocolate, right?
Milk chocolate and almond.
Dark chocolate with almond would be epic.
Ooh, that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Not that milk chocolate's any slouch, but
So
Oh,
Chris
dude,
may
this
be
is-
watching us right now.
he might
Dude,
be.
this is.
I keep
this is
losing
so
my
Messed up. This
There
is
we
so
go.
messed up.
Lloyd say talk fast.
I am so pissed off.
Oops,
about
too late.
this.
Lloyd's too late. I just saw I had
Drone
to bring my
Guy
chat back in.
42, welcome. And Ronnie, I want to say hello to Ronnie. Somebody was hogging all the.
Well, I can't figure this out. Art, I don't know what's going on.
Hit-
And
Hit present.
I'm gonna say it's some, and I've never had this problem before, and I think it's because I just upgrade. You know, they always tell you when it's a major operating system, wait till
Mhm.
it's the 0.01. Never do it from the 0.00. You know, but let me see. I'm gonna try to share my entire desktop with you, and let's see. Can you see? Let's see.
Not yet.
Can you see this? You have no. Screw it. Next time.
Okay.
Next
Yeah.
time.
Next week you'll have it figured out.
I can't use a different browser. I can't. So I'm using Chrome. I'm talking to my wife. She's like, use a different browser. That my other
Yeah,
browser is
use a
Safari.
browser.
And Safari is like the worst. Even though I'm bashing Apple a little bit, Safari is the worst for its compatibility.
Oh, the Safari browser.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't that browser? I thought Safari was on like the Smart Controller or something. Is that the one they used on Smart Controller? Or maybe I added that one to Smart Controller. Or maybe it's on RC Pro. Or maybe I'm just making shit up as I go along, but it's on something.
Yeah.
Maybe it is RC Pro that has it.
So did I tell you what happened last week? I don't know if I told Art, that I was coming into the show or not. But I know his show is usually right at 3 hours. He usually ends my time about 10 o'clock, right? So it was like right around 9:30, because I try to get in at least for the last 30 minutes of the show. So, and I mean, you guys have your desk set up, everything. So you just go into there, you just open up your computer, you open up your browser, and boom, you're in his chat. Me, I got to go downstairs to the basement. I got to grab my microphone. I got to go up to the first floor. Up in the first floor, I got to grab my AirPods. I got to go
Surrounded
wherever
by
my
palm trees and blue skies
and
with
then
puffy
and
clouds, and
I
screw
love
you.
I like coming out here. I
So
like doing it
bad
on
for
the
you.
porch or in the pavilion. I like coming outside. So it takes me, my setup time is like, takes a little bit for me to be able to get inside here, because I really don't like doing it from inside the house. And so I did this. I got everything set up, and it was like 9:30, like this time right now. And I got everything, and I was
should have ate your waffles faster.
and then I was tweaking the settings on the microphone. I'm like, I'm all good. I opened Chrome. I put the shortcut in, and I click on it, and it said stream has ended. I'm like,
if you would have been, commenting in the chat, I would have known that you're there. We were all like, well, I guess he's not going to show up.
That's why I did it today.
So we
That's
turned the
why I
lights
said,
off, and
I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Anyway.
Well, I could do a premiere tonight, but I'm not gonna, because I think it'd be too late after our show. We'll do it tomorrow. Got a drone premiere. Isn't that weird?
Oh,
it's with Dustin.
Where's that at?
What?
I was in St. Louis on business, and then
fly through the gateway.
I bet you can't. I bet you that's geofence.
It's geofence.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Well, anyway, Dustin is from that area, so he was like my tour guide, and we did some wandering around, and we had Mini 3 Pro with us and stuff. So it was kind of fun. So that's the next video is just a fun one. It's like a little collab kind of. I had my tour guide, Dustin from One Vision Aerial.
I know. I just figured it out.
Figured it out.
It's gonna suck, the picture you're saying it on my on my
phone.
on my phone. It's got like fingerprints all over the screen, so it's probably gonna reflect like crazy. But this is the. Can you see? That's the.
Oh yeah, cool.
Doors.
Yeah, that's my barn. That's my barn doors that I'm building right now.
Those are cool.
And that's the barn doors. This is from a different.
And what kind of wood?
Angle. It's all mahogany. That's the mahogany from the lot right down the street from Chris and Nelia's lot that I'm doing the house build. That's Scott and Marv from Saipan.
Right.
They cut that wood with the chainsaw. That's from the chainsaw cut wood.
Oh, cool.
And
you ran it through your planer and.
Yeah, I milled it. I milled it all. The only
cool.
problem with that, since that build is only right now, it's about 4 months into their build, 5 months into the build. When I got the wood was still kind of wet, and when I put everything together, it's still in a state of drying. So I got a little bit of warpage. So I actually from there, it's actually sitting right next to the bed right now. I took it off, and you put counterweights on there, and they slowly help take the warping and the crookedness,
right?
And then I'll remount it again. But that's what I'm working on. When I get done with you here, I'll go back down to the basement, and I'm doing something a little bit different from what most people do with barn doors, and I'll talk about that in my next video that has to do with the build, the DIY video. Yeah.
Cool. And I'm looking forward to coming back. I had so much fun back there. I mean, I met so many people that showed me around, and Nancy and her son Ivan were just great tour guides. We went to the art museum. That was really cool. And where else did we go? Oh, we had dinner at the Harbor View restaurant right there on the Manila Bay, right next to H2O Hotel, and the food was
Water hotel.
good.
Well, if you like adventure and you like travel, pretty much like Chuck does, I got to tell you, if Chuck ever moves his travel vlogs from Europe and North America, you really need to come out to this area. And I will tell you, if you have an opportunity, they don't have a vlog. Chris and Lee don't have a vlog, but they do Facebook. They are doing what you and Lori should do. They basically have a backpack, and they're just going. They went everywhere. It's like, and I don't think they really planned a lot of stuff. I mean, major planning where they had things set up. They went to something. They found inexpensive accommodations in place. I mean, you can find. It's like when our original accommodations and do our original. This is the difference between I book hotel accommodation the way my wife books hotel accommodation. And it's and this is the difference between my wife paying for the hotel accommodations and me paying for the hotel accommodations. When we got there, it's 7 years. I've been here 7 years. The she originally booked the hotel and it was 1,000 pesos per night. It was $20 per night for the accommodations that we were set to place. Yep. But when we got into it was clean. It was clean. The staff were super nice. The restaurant that's the owner, and I don't want to bash anybody again because it was good, but it wasn't. I was on vacation. You know, when you're on vacation, and my kind of vacations are different from Chris and Neil's kind of vacation, where they're like backpacking it everywhere. If I'm backpacking, a hostel or a very inexpensive clean hotel, something like that. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. You can save a lot of money and see a lot of things and do a lot of things. But the kind of vacations I like doing, or nowadays at my age, is I just want to lay back on the beach. I want a really nice resort. I want breakfast included with my hotel stuff and a really nice. So anyway, the first place that we went to, the 1,000 peso per night. We got inside the room, and the room was so small. And it only had one chair inside there, so like somebody had to sit on the bed while the other person
had to share a chair.
Yeah, we had to share a chair, and then the bathroom was it was like very outdated. It didn't have all the accommodations that you would normally expect for, but you get what you pay for. But it was clean. Yep. The staff was good, and it was actually the owner of the hotel also owned the restaurant that was in the top restaurants that are rated in Dumaguete for a place that's like the 5-star inside there. Although we didn't eat at that place because let me tell you the other side of the story. When we got inside there, we flew in and we were going to take it. We ate lunch. Then they dropped us off at the hotel. We were going to take a nap. And then we were going to go out to dinner. And then the next day was the start of our big adventure in Dumaguete, all the different places that we went to. But when we went back to take a nap, the air conditioner, it was one of those old wall, square, loud, and Ness was having a problem with the air. It was hard to adjust, and it was noisy, and I grabbed my phone. I went on Booking.com, the original place that I wanted to stay at, which was Hotel Dumaguete, and although it was 5 times the cost of the place we were there, which for 5,000 pesos or $90 a night. I mean, $90 a night for like a 4.5, 5-star hotel or something like that. That was a good deal. So what we did, let me. I'm going to try to make this story short, but we know how this goes.
Really?
No comments, Chuck. So we were sitting in there. We were sitting in the hotel, and we got the phone call or the messenger notification from our family downstairs. We're in the parking lot. We're ready to take you guys out for our dinner. And I said, and I already had booked for the next 4 days because we were already committed to staying. We'd already checked in. We were committed to staying in 1,000 peso hotel for that night. So when they were in the driveway, we get the IMAX, and we said, "Where are we going to dinner?" "Oh, we're taking you out to a really nice restaurant. It's Hotel Dumaguete." I said, "Oh, well, that's where we're staying tomorrow night." So what I did was I said, "Hold on, wait, stay there real quick." So I got on and I contacted Hotel Dumaguete. I said, "Listen, we have accommodations for the next 4 nights." I said, "Is there any problem adding an additional night?" Because our bags are still sitting there. We hadn't even opened our bags or anything. We'll just pick up our bag. We'll check out here. And we ended up doing it's a longer story, and I'm not going to get into the booking.com / all the other stuff. I'm not going to get into that part. So what we did is we picked up our bags, we went downstairs, and the staff was they were so kind. We said we're going to check out, and they said, "Oh, we're so confused with it. You've already paid." We said, keep it, keep the 4 nights that we were going to stay, keep the money for that, because it wasn't that much. We only lost like $80 or something like that. But then, so we picked up our bags, we went there, we checked into the hotel, and we went downstairs. We had dinner with our family there, and then that was the start. So it was the start of a wonderful, wonderful vacation that we had down there.
Awesome.
So was that short?
Cool.
I don't know if that was
Not
short
really.
or not. Not really.
Not really, no.
What was it?
No.
Interesting? Was it? Chuck, come on. Feed me here, man. Feed me.
I don't know. Let me
Throw
say
me
it
a
was
bone.
20 bucks
Throw
a
me a
night.
bone.
The minute you said it was 20
Take
bucks
care
a
of
night, I was
Michelle.
like, yeah, whatever. Pay that for drinks.
But the hotel had everything. They had a rooftop bar up on the 4th floor, and it was nice. We showed that in the video. The swimming pool just opened 3 months ago. It's a brand new hotel. It's the newest hotel in.
Show you.
It looked really nice.
Maybe we'll do a better job of showing you a room in the Shard in London that's, I don't know, a little more than 20 bucks a night.
Oh, you should see what I'm not even going to say how much we paid when we went to Hong Kong, the place that we stayed in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
For that Hong Kong video, but that was, God, was it Sheraton? Was it Hyatt? I can't remember. It was something like that. But it was even though it was really expensive, it was worth it. The rooms were great. The all the dining experience they had inside the great. The entranceway and it was very elegant.
You get into a 4 and 5 star hotel, and stuff's pretty amazing. But yeah,
that was an amazing trip too. We had a great time.
Get a view of Tower Bridge this time.
Yeah. Well, we're going back. Where are we going? You remember the video I did in Palawan?
Yes. That was another place you had geofencing issues, wasn't it?
I had geofence. Yeah, that's the one I was telling you earlier. The closest when I first went there, the place where we got the ride that took us from somewhere in El Nido down to where we stayed for the glamping.
Glamping.
I forgot what the name of the place was. Anyway, that was the place where I got geofence inside there. But down in El Nido, where we went to, where we did our glamping was on the beach the whole time.
Right.
That was the island hopping where you take the boats and they take you to all, and the water is so crystal. You go 20 feet down and you can see the sand on the bottom.
So if you put a polarizer filter, on your drone,
I did not.
You probably
it would have captured
through.
that.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be epic. Yeah.
Well, we were
Did
actually
you go to Coron?
No, well, we just debated. We have some family coming, and this holiday season, and we debated. They want to go to Palawan, and we let them choose.
I think that's going to be on our agenda.
I wanted to go to Coron because I've already done El Nido, and although I will, as many times as somebody says, "Do you want to go to El Nido again?" I will always go back to El Nido. That is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in the world. And they said they want to go to El Nido. So we're going back, but you won't see a vlog.
No. I'm listening to you. I'm not looking at you. I'm listening.
Yep.
Well, normally Chuck is the one who's slamming me left and right.
I'm not slamming you.
Tonight it's Lloyd. Anyway, we're going back.
I'm humble. I'm a humbled man now. I'm not going to slam people because everybody has their own style and stuff.
We're going back. We're going back to Palawan over the holiday, but this I'm not even bringing my drone. I'm not even bringing my GoPro. Maybe I'll bring it because the GoPro's so easy.
You're gonna take a
But
glorified
this time,
vacation.
no, well, we're actually going for our family. The whole purpose of it is for our family.
there you go. Yeah.
Well, that's
And
actually a
I
really
wanna-
nice time to film just for you guys. Like, just
yeah. Well,
because
that's why I
you
said
know how to do
I'll bring
it.
the GoPro.
So like,
No, I'll do the GoPro. But
you should bring
all
the
those
drone, too.
spectacular views of all the lagoons and everything like I did in the Palawan video.
Yeah.
We're on a time crunch because our family that's coming, they want to do sort of like we're doing the Art Carlson tourist trip. We spend one day here and then like you leave the next day.
That's
to
like
someplace.
Clark Griswold and like Vacation, you know.
Yeah,
The real fast. You get up to like the Grand Canyon. He puts his arm around.
Dude.
You know,
dude, we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna fly in. We're gonna fly in.
right, Art, boom.
Check into the
Tight schedule.
hotel. Check into the hotel in the afternoon. 3 a.m. in the morning, we're going to catch like a bus to take us to El Nido so that we can be on the tour that takes you out to the islands because they usually start
man.
about 6:30,
You don't-
7 o'clock in the morning. And it's
Yep.
about a 4 hour bus ride to that point. We're going to get on the boat. We're going to do all the islands.
Lloyd.
Get off,
The
get on
drone's
another
gone.
bus to take us back to Puerto Princesa, and they have some like rivers or something like that. We're gonna do like underground, under cave rivers or something weird. I don't know. I told Ness, I told Ness she was crazy.
That's how Lori and I
said
do
you're-
stuff. We're like boom, 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 boom. We have
Yeah.
like everything's almost frightfully timed. Where like in Iceland, I don't think we checked into a single place before like 11:30 at night because we were like out all freaking day and then driving halfway across the south coast. And dude, I wish I could have filmed it. It was too dark to film with a GoPro or anything. But when we were looking for this place in the middle of effing nowhere in Iceland, it would have been a great vlog because it was like pitch black. And we are looking for this house in the middle of nowhere on a dirt road.
You brought up a point, Chuck.
Yeah.
And then the point you brought up was it was too dark for the GoPro. I got to tell you, I wish GoPro could use the simple whatever the technology Apple uses for their iPhone.
I know. I should use
this
the
is
phone.
incredible in dark
Phones are
places.
amazing.
It's. I don't know. The thing is,
I don't know. They get rid of the
thing
noise
is,
mostly.
it doesn't give me the stability that the GoPro does.
But you
the
can.
stabilization.
But
It's a trade-off.
like what I should
Get
do.
a selfie
maybe-
stick.
Well, I mean,
or
like in the
gimbal
vehicle.
or gimbal.
In the vehicle, you could get a gimbal and mount it on the dash on a small gimbal, and then that would give it a little bit of like because you get the jello-y
DJI
thing. Right?
has.
Yeah, they do. I have one that's never. I have like it's a Mobile 5. I think it's sitting down in the basement with an inch of dust on the box because I never use it.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe.
Well, one of the places on our agenda is Palawan, and it turns out that Irene has relatives there. They are near Puerto Princesa, and they're fishermen, so they live in a Buhay Kubo.
Bahay Kubo.
Buhay Kubo.
Yeah.
So that's a bamboo house. So they're fishermen. So when I go, I'm bringing some fishing gear with me, along with my Air 2. I'm taking Air 2 this time.
Good old
And,
Air
Air
2.
2 or Air 2S? What do you have?
I have the Air 2.
Air 2. What's the difference between Air
Yeah.
2 and Air 2S?
A 1-inch sensor is the big difference. The big
Yeah.
difference is the
Yeah.
1-inch
Mine-
sensor. You have the smaller
I get
sensor.
used
So
the
the camera-
smart
the camera?
controller.
Camera, and then they have better obstacle avoidance on Air 2S. You have like 2 extra sensors like kind of pointing up on yours. Yours it looks like
I don't
kinda
know.
weird.
I got to tell
It's
you. I got to tell you,
like a
Chuck,
spider almost.
I-
It has like 4 sensors on the nose of it.
I still don't. I'm still not confident, even with the obstacle
Never
avoidance.
trusted. Never trusted.
I've come so close, and I've had to stop to like a coconut tree leaf. Like I'm like
Mhm.
this far away from it,
Yeah,
and it
never
didn't
trusted.
stop. I
Nope.
I don't
trust
put
it.
on. I don't
But-
fly like right at something and let it stop
No.
itself.
No, but remember though, the field of view of your camera is probably objects are further away than they appear, kind of the opposite of your side view mirror on a vehicle, right? It's like you feel like you're right there, but the drone still has room, which is actually a good thing because you don't want to smack into anything. But But yeah, dude, I don't trust those sensors either. Even like on Mavic 3, Mavic 3 has really good sensors, and I still don't trust it. I'm just like, it's like they're there. They're like a seatbelt. You hope you never need them. Maybe they'll help you if you do need them, but there's no guarantee that they will help you. So you just
I'm overly.
That's my take on the whole thing.
I'm overly cautious with the Air 2S right now, since the old Phantom doesn't work, and I don't have a backup. And so much of my videos these days rely heavily upon drone footage. With the house building projects that I'm doing here, and the small amount of travel vlogs that we're doing, very heavily with the drone. So I might be a little bit more daring if I had a backup, but I don't have a backup.
You
right
might
now,
be,
which
but
might be an incentive for the Air 3.
Well, I had 3 drones with. I had 4 drones with me in Iceland, and I only flew 2 of them. And my really good drone, my Mavic 3, took on black sand, so that got taken out of contention pretty early on. So I was flying the Mini 3 Pro around, but I had 2 Mini 3 Pros with me. So it was
that is true, Lloyd.
Yeah, he's going strong. But dude, you're right. You can be a little more bold when you have 2 of them. And what?
Yeah.
And it pissed me off, by the way, because I have 2 Mavic 3s. I don't have just one. And I was like, I'm not going to bother bringing the extra Mavic 3 because I'm already carrying 4 drones. I'm not bringing 5.
Yeah.
Well, if I just put that in the suitcase, I would have had like a Mavic 3 to fly around.
You know, the video I did in Dumaguete, which actually it was in Darwin, which is south of Dumaguete, when I flew out towards Apo Island. Apo Island is a exclusive island. It's maybe 10, 15 kilometers off the coast. If I had the Air 3, I flew as far as what I'm trying to say is I flew as far as I possibly could.
You're gonna be
Air 2S. And you saw the picture, and I even zoomed it a little bit. I zoomed into the island. But that's where the divers go, the snorkelers go, and they even have a resort there, but I don't think it's like a really high classy resort that they have on there, but it's available if you want to stay on the island. But the island is known for its coral that's around it and the fish that's around the island all out there for you to get really great underwater videos if you're into
preferably not with the drone.
But preferably not with the drone. But I flew.
Just saying. Art knows about getting underwater footage with a drone. It's not cool when that.
My timing was really off with the places that I wanted to fly long distance. Seemed to be the time of day that I was in these different locations. It was very windy. Of course, this is rainy season. It's just like it's like rain, wind, beautiful. Rain, wind, beautiful. It just goes through the cycle. And the way our time slots fit into different areas that we went to, different locales, it seemed to be with the places that I wanted those long distance shots were bad. And the way the wind was blowing the day when I wanted to fly to Apo Island from the coast, the wind was blowing like crazy from like the South China Sea type area, from the south to the north, and I was fighting winds, and I had the stick halfway to the right just to keep it going straight because the wind kept blowing my drone off course. And then I'm really particular after almost dumping.
Usually
I saw a bubble pop up with the thumbs up.
I didn't do it.
I don't know how you did that.
I didn't do it. It happened?
Yeah.
I didn't touch anything.
Just a few seconds ago, right next to James' head, there was this bubble with the thumbs up. I'm like going, what the?
I didn't do it. I don't know who did it. I didn't even have the mouse. I was like, I'm touching the mouse now. I didn't like my phone's over on the left here.
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Me either.
I don't see anything on the screen that will let me do that. Maybe he's got another. You got another application open that you're doing stuff
Lloyd
with?
saw it. I don't know. Yeah. Well, thanks, Lloyd. Glad you're sick of picking on me. You can pick on James a little bit. It's equal time. Like for politicians, it's like, equal time.
Well, I'm sorry for unloading all the stuff. I mean, I'm normally chatty anyway, but I just had all the stuff.
For a second, I
I'm
thought you were
trying
going to say you were normally quiet. I was like,
I'm trying to get caught up. It's just like my projects around here.
Charles.
I'm
sincerely.
I'm so task oriented. It's like I can't focus on anything until I get this done out of my system. Then I can move on to the next thing. So my objective today was to dump a bunch of all the stuff that's been going on lately. And then
I think, James, that back to your drone thing, you're like me. No matter, you could have a fleet of drones with you, and you'll still be a little apprehensive about really sending it. Like you won't want to just go for it.
We've talked about this before, many times before. It is a horrible feeling you get when you've flown so far away. Then it gives you that disconnect on your screen.
Oh, it sucks.
And you don't see your drone anywhere for 5 to 10 minutes.
And you're
sit there and the longer it goes, that emptiness feeling, that hollow feeling in your stomach and your body.
Pucker factor.
The pucker factor is quite extreme. Yeah. We've all been
like
there.
This physiological kind of a thing that goes on. You're like,
that was happened to me with my Mavic Pro, my very first Mavic Pro, and I flew it up and it broke connection and went into Addy mode and started drifting off. Went over the neighbor's treetops and was gone. I'm like,
yeah.
And it took me. That was the longest 5 minutes of my life.
Well,
before I finally came back.
When you fly over land, I'm pretty sure your controller has a database in there, and if it crashes or lands somewhere, the last location.
You have Find Your Drone. Find Your Drone's
you have an opportunity. I've never used that. I don't even know how to do that.
Other guys have. I haven't had to use it yet either, but it's supposedly it looks like it works. And
I would like
goofy is if your battery pops out. If your battery pops out, and then the drone continues on a trajectory on its way down, then it could be a little more difficult to find it because your last coordinates could be a bit different from where the drone actually.
Mm-hmm.
But what's scary when you fly out into the open ocean,
game over, dude.
And you lose connection, and you're like, well, it doesn't matter if it
failed
drops.
Apollo mission. Then it's just splashdown. It's done.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have to. The people that found the Titanic, you're gonna have to hire those guys to come out.
Oh, those dudes.
Here's the binoculars. Keep an eye on that while I'm flying.
Well, they do have. How deep is the water? They have a thing called Get Her Back, but it's only about, I think it's a capsule that you attach to your.
I saw that.
Yeah, and it's only 100 feet or so. So if you were in
but it adds additional weight. It adds additional weight to
it does, and it's going to slow you down. It's going to cut down.
And it's going to slow you down with the aerodynamics.
Yep, and it's gonna take away battery life because it's extra. It's payload.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched the advertisement.
They're kind of cool.
I think it's mainly for people are doing fishing channels and stuff like that. And you're close.
That's it's for a fishing pole and stuff, really. But
and for the recovery and stuff like that. But
you're not gonna. The drone's dead. The drone is dead. But at least you can get the memory card out before it becomes. Yeah. Memory cards can take saltwater for a little bit, and you get that back.
Let me tell you another reason why I was so apprehensive and so cautious on this last trip. I didn't bring my computer, my laptop with me, so. All the things
everything was on the one
from
SD
the
card.
Waterfalls, everything was on the SD card on the drone,
dude.
So if I would have lost 2 days worth of money shots, all those money shots that I had.
Wait, James. Why don't you have micro SD cards are tiny, and you can get a little credit card size thing to hold 10 of them.
That's true.
You could change the card at least once a day, and
I'm not as smart as you, Chuck. I'm not saying
I'm smart because guess what I do? I carry that around. I think I changed. Oh, that explains it.
Yeah, but that is true. That's a very easy solution.
I carry all that shit, and I don't change them either, like I should.
And even though I just heard it from you, and I'm thinking that's a great idea, and I'm going to order something as soon as we get done talking here. My memory is so short. I'll get off and I'm like, Ness, didn't Chuck suggest something? I know there was something I'm supposed to do.
Roll back.
And then I'll have to watch. Give
Art another view. You can roll it back.
Give him another view.
There you go.
Know. Yeah, we're coming up on 3 hours, aren't we? We should.
Yeah. Oh my God!
The end of the show. Yeah,
that's right. This is your 3 hour point.
Yep, we're closing in on 3. So, Yeah, so let's wrap it up here, and
Wrap it up.
we can still talk after I close out. Just,
Yeah, let's. I got
everybody in the chat. I want to thank you for all coming. Hope
Same here.
you enjoyed this, and have a great weekend. And we'll catch you next week.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
folks.
That is the plan. Here we go. We're still here.
We're still here. What's going